The Jake Asman Show will begin shortly. Thanks to all these great Patreon members who help support the show. Get your super chats ready. Jake will be here in just a moment. If you love the New York Jets, this is the place to be. And now, the Jake Asman Show.
New reports are out there about the Jets' pursuit of a veteran quarterback next week. Ladies and gentlemen, we got a lot to dive into. Plus, the final play-in round, play-in battle for Asmaniac Madness will get underway. It's the Jake Asman Show live on a Friday. Let's hit it and get it started.
Wish it could have been a Jet, Fernando.
Let's see what happens.
What's your message to the Jet fans in New York?
J-E-T-S, Jets, Jets, Jets.
A new chapter for the Jets has started. Aaron Glenn and Darren Mougey are tasked with shaping the future of this franchise. Will they be the ones to finally get it right? We will be here for every step of the journey on the Jake Asman Show, breaking down all the storylines, every game, and everything in between. Please subscribe and hit the like button below. Super chats, baby. Cut the line. The Jake Asman Show starts right now.
Here we go, Jet fans. Welcome in, everybody. Appreciate you being here. Free agency starts on Monday, and we got a lot to talk about. As always, we are presented by FanDuel Sportsbook. Asmaniac Madness will continue. We'll get into that coming up, and we have our weekly raffle at the end of this very stream. So this is your last show to enter for your chance to win a signed Curtis Martin jersey, signed Darrelle Revis helmet, signed Chad Pennington helmet, and a framed Super Bowl III replica game ticket. So those are the prizes. Make sure you enter before the show ends, and we'll do a little special for those who are watching live. 2 for 1. Top prize in next Friday's raffle is a signed Joe Namath helmet. Prize 2, a signed Klecko helmet. Prize 3, a signed Garrett Wilson helmet. So when you enter for the prizes at the end of today's show, we'll put you in already for next week. A little listener appreciation to everyone who continues to tune in to our content. With that, let's talk about the latest with the Jets. We got word this morning that Carson Wentz and Geno Smith are 2 of the names the Jets are seriously exploring. Geno Smith has officially been released, so the Jets could pursue him. This was Connor Hughes and Zach Rosenblatt on SNY's Jets podcast, breaking down Geno Smith and the possibility of him joining the Jets.
The Jets are not going to be the only team, because while the Jets do like Geno, from what I've been told, that has to be a two-way street. And Geno Smith, from my understanding, has a lot of affinity for the Miami Dolphins. And if Geno was given his perfect scenario of where he would play, Geno would prefer to play for the Dolphins. That's understandable. That's where he's from. It's a place where he's always kind of wanted to get back to. But do the Dolphins have interest in him? Because the Dolphins are also in a Malik Willis. Does Geno want to be a backup quarterback, a place to start, all those things? So there is the chance that the Dolphins swoop in there and take Geno Smith. But
I mean, just think about the words, the Dolphins swoop in there and take Geno Smith. As if, like, as a Jet fan, I'm supposed to be like, oh, my goodness, not that. But here's the problem. If they take Geno, where do the Jets pivot? Well, it sounds like the pivot's going to be Carson Wentz. And if you caught the first show today with Omari Brown, I am not in favor of this at all. Carson Wentz is believed to be Frank Reich's choice. Now, the thought process originally was, well, Carson Wentz and Frank Reich, it ended poorly in Indianapolis. They don't have a good relationship. Apparently, that's not true. Connor Hughes reported this morning, they get along great. It was more Wentz's relationship with the GM and the owner there that fell apart. So Frank Reich and Carson Wentz are tight. Get ready for Carson Wentz to be one of the quarterbacks the Jets add. And look, if you get Carson Wentz and that's your only plan, Carson Wentz, and then you draft someone, that's not good enough. If you put together a quarterback room of Carson Wentz and Geno Smith and they're competing, okay, like at least you have 2 maybe playable quarterbacks, or Carson Wentz and Derek Carr. Okay, fine. I'll listen to that, right? Wentz knows Reich's offense. He could be helpful in installing it for the rest of the team. Like, I'll try and come up with something for Carson Wentz if he's the backup. If Carson Wentz at this stage of his career is the starter, we're just wasting a year, man. And maybe some people out there are thrilled with this because it means the Jets are going to be marching for Arch. But God, it's March 6th. Do we really want to be talking about a draft that's 18 months from now? Like, that's kind of depressing, especially for selfishly someone like me who spends 4 hours a day year round, even in like June and July when there's not much to talk about. I still talk about a team that hasn't made the playoffs in 15 years. If you signed Derek Carr, let's say, Derek Carr, well, I'm skeptical how good he actually is after taking a year off. At least there's like a recent body of work that's not terrible if you look at it. You got nothing with Carson Wentz. Oh, but Jake, he was really good with Frank Reich. Look at the raw numbers. That was a long time ago. That was a long time ago. Think about that. That's what we're banking on. So, right now, it feels like it's going to be either Geno or Carson Wentz. Let's say Malik Willis goes to the Cardinals. Well, if that happens, does Geno go to Miami? Right? We know Geno's from South Florida, which is part of the reason why he wants to go there. Where's the spot for Wentz? It feels like Wentz is going to end up a Jet. I really don't want Carson Wentz. I really don't. I just that's not the move I would make at all. And again, there's no great move out there, but if I'm the Jets, it can't just be Carson Wentz. You got to trade for like a young backup quarterback just to give us something. You got to trade for Davis Mills, Tanner McKee, I guess Spencer Rattler. You're welcome, Gary. This is just not an ideal scenario if you're the Jets. Honestly, I still think Carr is in play, though. I understand that there were some reports following our show today that, despite what Derek Carr and his brothers say on their podcast, the Jets aren't interested at this point, but things change quickly, right? I don't think Aaron Glenn's going around telling everyone what his plans are, or Darren Mougey. The Sauce trade, for example, came out of nowhere. But Zach Rosenblatt did tweet this. As for Derek Carr, I don't get the sense he's a top target as of now, no matter what the Zapruder film from his podcast is telling us. Things can certainly change as the market develops, but there doesn't seem to be a whole lot of interest in him league-wide as of yet. That doesn't mean things won't change, one. And two, I keep going back to what the Carr brothers put out there on their podcast, and it's tough for me to sit here and think that Carr wouldn't be an option. Again, he fits what Frank Reich likes in a quarterback. And two, the Jets quarterback coach, Bill Musgraves, was Carr's offensive coordinator when he had two of his best seasons with the Oakland Raiders. So Musgrave being on the staff, Carr needing a team that gives him a chance to play, the Jets being a team that gives him a chance to start in all likelihood, I still think Derek Carr is in play despite what this report from Zach this afternoon is telling us. I don't think there's a whole lot of interest in Carr league-wide because there's other options out there. But some of these options are going to dry up. Kyler Murray, let's say, goes to Minnesota. Well, he's no longer an option for the Jets. It sounds like Kirk Cousins is not going to make a decision right away. He might take his time. He might do the old Phillip Rivers and wait to see if someone gets hurt and then join that team. And Kirk is not an option for the Jets, which I think is silly. If Kirk Cousins, by the way, is not an option for the New York Jets because he used the Jets for leverage in 2018, we got to get over it. If you're Woody Johnson, if you're Christopher Johnson, if you're Jaime Elhai, if you're whoever is still with the organization that was around in 2018, you got to get over it. If that's a reason why Cousins is not an option for you. If Cousins is not an option because he doesn't want to play for you, okay. But if he's not an option because, whoa, my God, he used the Jets for leverage, that's silly. He fits what they need. He's competent, and the Jets could protect him with their offensive line. And he'd be good to have in the room if they do draft Ty Simpson because he can help mentor Ty Simpson. Or he can help mentor Drew Aller or Garrett Nussmeier or Carson Beck or whoever they take. Aller's a sneaky name to watch because Frank Reich loves his big, tall quarterbacks, and we know Aller did meet with the Jets at the Combine, and we know obviously Ty Simpson would love to be a Jet. He'd love to go second overall. That's not happening. He'd love to go 16th overall, to be determined. I'd love to see the Jets have a decision to make at pick 33 and potentially take Ty there.
Jets, Jets.
You can't just sell me a Carson Wentz and nobody else. If you get me Carr and Wentz with a quarterback battle, or if you get me Wentz and Geno in a quarterback battle, fine. But it can't just be a Wentz and then, we're set. Wentz and then I don't even know. Tyrod Taylor. Like, that's not enough. Because we know Tyrod can't stay healthy. I'm just very down on the idea of Carson Wentz. I'd much rather Kyler, but that doesn't feel realistic. Hell, I'd rather the Jets trade like a day 3 pick for like Tyson Bagent at this point. But look, I'll support Wentz because as a fellow redhead, I have no choice. But come on, man. We could just sim the season. I'd rather Brady Cook just play the year if we're just going to go Carson Wentz and nobody else. I still think Derek Carr, again, is in play. And I keep going back to that because you tell me, doesn't his brother say New York Jets here and they didn't bleep it out fully?
Okay, last quarterback.
Okay, quarterback.
Free agency, veteran.
Oh, where are they going?
Okay, good golfer. Okay, loves his family.
Interesting.
Loves the Lord.
Oh.
Derek Carr.
We already established that you weren't a free agent, but he's going to the Jets.
He's going to the New York Jets. That's what he's saying.
He's going to the Jets.
He's going to the New York Jets. He's going to the New York Jets.
He's going to the Jets. I hate to break it to you.
Bleep, 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 bleep.
That's what I hear. Bleep, bleep, bleepity bleep. Derek Carr. I think the Jets will get something done with him. I do. But I keep coming back to the idea of the Jets is going into the year with Carson Wentz and being like, all right, here we go. Like, Carson Wentz hasn't been good in years. Years. He hasn't started a full season since 2021. Now, all of a sudden, it's going to just click for him. He's a backup at this stage of his career. Imagine they do Wentz and then they trade for Andy Dalton as the backup. So it's like, oh, we have the ultimate Frank Reich guys. It's like, great, 64-year-old offensive coordinator who hasn't coordinated a successful offense in the NFL in years. And let's go get 38-year-old Andy Dalton, who's not even good enough to apparently back up Bryce Young for Dave Canales anymore, who is a really good head coach. And then Wentz, like, it just, again, if you're Aaron Glenn, you're trying to save your job. You can't sell me on Wentz. The only quarterback I think I would want less than Wentz is Tua. Honestly. Imagine the Jets did Wentz and Tua. What a quarterback room. How about that for a quarterback competition? Would that be the saddest quarterback competition ever? Now, maybe this is a blessing in disguise because I got to own a bad take I had a year ago. I remember I talked about the Colts quarterback battle of Daniel Jones and Anthony Richardson. I said, is there a sadder competition than that? But that ended up being really good for a while for the Colts until, unfortunately, Daniel Jones suffered the Achilles injury. Maybe I'll have to eat my words again, but I doubt it. I still think Carr ends up being the quarterback, but if it's Wentz and then someone else that's like low level where you know it's clearly designed for Wentz to be the guy, I think that'd be really disappointing. Comments, questions, super chats. We'll cut the line. End of the show today. We're raffling away 4 different Jet prizes. This is your last chance to enter. Shout out to Cash Money Mike dropping a 5 spot for the community. Mike, this is for you.
It's up to you, New York, New York.
Cash Money Mike in the raffle for 5. Cash Money Mike fresh off an Asmaniac Madness victory in our playing round on yesterday's show. Shout out to Amanda Madison, who became a channel member before the show started. Oh, yeah, let's go. Hit it, Woody.
I hug him every day. I hug him every day.
All right, more Jet news I want to get into here before we do get to the Asmaniac Madness matchup. Why many of you are here. Robert C., Ralphie Rocks, one of them advances to the round of 64 to take on Charles Eugene M. Gorman. Get your votes ready because we're going to open up poll voting in just a bit. Some other news on some potential targets for the Jets. This is more from the podcast with Zach and Connor, Jets Final Drive, talking about some possible positions and maybe players the Jets could start to pursue starting on Monday at noon Eastern.
Positions that I've heard the Jets are in on: interior offensive line, the safety market, and linebacker. The big name there with linebacker that has been linked to the Jets for a very, very, very long time is Alex Anzalone, because he worked with Aaron Glenn in, I think, both New Orleans and Detroit. Yeah. Definitely Detroit. He was with them in New Orleans as well. Nope, there is a love there between those two guys. Alex has wanted to reunite with Glenn for quite a while. It seemed like a slam dunk this was going to happen. I'm not saying it's not going to happen, but it is not the slam dunk that was originally believed because Alex's market is a little bit more robust than originally believed. He's going to get some good contracts, which means that if the Jets want him, they're going to have to pay him. And I don't necessarily know if he's going to factor into their budget.
Yeah, he's who I was alluding to at the top of the show where I said they're not going to get into bidding wars. Like, he's somebody that they want. I think Aaron Glenn and him are, like, I literally talked to Alex Anzalone last year in training camp about Aaron Glenn. Like, they're really close friends. And I think they would like to reunite. But, like, if Alex Anzalone's getting $10 million a year offer from the Jets and another team comes in with $14 million a year or 12 or whatever it is, like, he's going to take the more money. So the Jets just have to decide, like, what their, back away point is for a guy like that because, well, I think he's a solid linebacker. He's not a star that you want to spend a lot of money on. And if you're not trading Jamie and Sherwood, you're paying a lot of money to two linebackers. So it's a real conversation to be had in that building right now.
And the Jets are going to add linebackers. Like, that's going to happen. I mean, they are very interested in Micah McFadden, the Giants linebacker. Again, that's a completely different realm of money. You're talking about a very different figure with Micah than you're talking about with Alex, which could be where they're pivoting. We actually got this question from Racing DFS about Bobby Okereke, the Giants linebacker who was cut. I looked into that, and I don't know how much merit is there. Now, maybe the Jets eventually pivot to go get Bobby, but I got the sense that there's nothing there, at least at the moment. Like, there's no interest there from the Jets at this particular time. Again, things can change and evolve, but that would probably surprise me at this point. We talked about second and third wave of players. I could see the Jets going to get involved in guys like James Pierre, Hargrave, Caden Ellis, like some guys like that. I've heard them being linked to, and there's other reports out there about the Jets being linked to those guys. Anyone on your mind particularly that you want to name drop here that Jet fans can keep an eye on, Zach, for free agents?
Yeah, I'd say Nick Cross, the safety from the Colts. He's a pretty versatile player. He didn't have any interceptions last year, which might be a sticking point, but I think
he'll fit right in.
He was drafted by the Colts, I believe, when Frank Reich was there. I have to double check that, but I'm pretty sure. And the Jets have a real need at safety, and they need multiple safeties. And I don't think he'll be a break the bank type player. I saw Cam Curl, who I think the Jets were interested in, signed for $12 million a year, which is a little less than I thought he was going to get. I feel like the safety market's always a little cheaper than you think. So if the top safety or the number 2 safety in free agency is getting 12, you could probably get a guy like a Nick Cross for $8 million a year or something like that. And I think I'd do that.
There are a ton of safeties that are available. If it's not Nick Cross, who I like because he's a younger player, it's not like he's old. If you're the Jets, why not spend a little money? Go get Kevin Byard. Go get him. He was on the Bears last year. Among active players, he leads the NFL in interceptions. Right? Like, Kevin Byard was in Tennessee with Mr. Secondary / interim defensive coordinator himself, Chris Harris. Go get Kevin Byard. All right, you can't intercept passes. You need some veteran leadership. Go get him. I don't need the Jets to break the bank, but you could fix safety pretty easily in free agency. Trade for Jesse Bates and absorb his contract with 1 year left on it. Again, there's some connections with Byard and the Jets coaching staff. He's not what he once was necessarily, but he was a first-team All-Pro in 2025. He still was great this year. He led the NFL in picks, so maybe you got to overpay a little bit, but he's an older player. And I said he's not what he once was, but you know what? Maybe he still is, because you look at his numbers. I think he made an All-Pro team. I don't know. I heard someone say his speed was a little slower, but I'm looking at the track record. He's still a damn good player. He's available. We know Cam Curl's not on the market anymore. Okay, fine. Jaquan Brisker also with the Bears. Sign both of them. Let's replicate the Bears safety room. Kobe Bryant, Sauce's running mate at Cincinnati. Get him. There's guys to sign. Jalen Hawkins from the Patriots. Sign him. If the top safety got $12 million AAV in Cam Curl, that means there should be some value with some other players. As far as Bobby Okereke, I don't know why the Jets wouldn't be in on him. He could play in the 3-4. He's a good leader, still really solid. The only reason why the Giants released him is because they needed cap space because they're in cap hell. All you need to know about a player sometimes is how did the fans of the team the player was on, how they react. Go ask a Giant fan about Bobby Okereke. That's a good player. That's who the Jets should definitely be interested in. And Anzalone, they're not going to get into a bidding war with Anzalone. Well, here's the thing, right? If Aaron Glenn can't recruit his, quote, best friend when he was with the Lions, then what exactly are we doing here? Right? Because like, if the Jets don't want to overpay, well, you're not going to get anyone because it's free agency. But if you can't get a guy who were the green dot for you in Detroit, then like what exactly are we even doing? Like Aaron Glenn should be able to get Alex Anzalone to play linebacker for him. That should be his superpower, right? Being able to get someone who knows exactly what he wants, being able to get him to be on the Jets. I'm not saying he's got to take a hometown discount for that because he's not going to do that. But if you can't sell Alex Anzalone on being a Jet and playing for you, what exactly does Aaron Glenn do? We know he sleeps at the combine, which I don't blame him. It's boring as hell. But seriously, his superpower needs to be recruiting, selling free agent players on a clear plan, a clear vision for why things will turn around.
Play call is my superpower, really.
They're not going to get into a bidding war for Alex Anzalone. Well, like, I don't need them to get into a bidding war for him. I need them to make a fair market offer. And Aaron Glenn's relationships, we were told, was a big reason why he was going to be a good head coach. Believe me, I heard Mike Tannenbaum talk to me about this ad nauseum all year. Just like he was going to hire a great coaching staff, right? Yeah, that went well. Again, if Aaron Glenn can't get Alex Anzalone to sign a contract with the Jets, what are we talking about? Go get Demario Davis then. Great leader. I don't care if he's old. He's still good. He didn't become an all-pro till he was after, older, 30 years old anyway. Again, this is a big week for Glenn coming up because it feels like even though the coaching search was incredibly clunky after everything that happened, it feels like maybe by accident the coaching staff is in a better spot now than it was at this time a year ago. But all I heard was, Aaron Glenn is going to be able to get guys to believe in his vision. He's got guys who bought into what he's selling. Well, then he should be able to get one of his, quote, guys who were the green dot, was the play caller on his defense, as he's now about to take over play calling. He should be able to get Alex Anzalone without having to grossly overpay. So let's see. Demario Davis knows him as well. It's interesting. I saw Cam Jordan got released, but he took a shot at the Jets not that long ago. I'd say he'd be a guy that would make some sense too, because I think he still could give you probably, 6 to 9 sacks a year. But I don't know if that's a possibility. Again, the Jets are going to have to overpay. That's free agency, but they need to have a real plan here. I have some faith in Mougey, but again, when I see like the main quarterback target being potentially Carson Wentz, you start to wonder. Hit the like button if you're just tuning in. Comments, questions, super chats, cut the line. Quick programming note, 12 to 2:30 tomorrow. If you're in the New York area, put on 8:80 a.m. or just download the ESPN New York app. I'm hosting a solo show on the station leading into Rangers Devils on 8:80 tomorrow. So from 12 to 2:30, if you're driving around on a Saturday, I think the weather's supposed to be pretty decent this weekend, right? Finally. Well, you could put on the radio and you'll hear yours truly hosting a sports talk show. Certainly we'll talk plenty Jets, plenty Giants, do some Knicks. They're in Denver tonight to take on the Nuggets. We'll cover it all. World Baseball Classic, perhaps. Team USA is playing Brazil tonight in Houston. I think they were a minus 1,000 favorite on FanDuel for that one. So we'll have a good time talking all things sports on the channel tomorrow. Super chat from the Dream, Andrew C. Me versus Sean in round 1. Well, I like Sean, but he's got to go. Let's go, Andrew C. The Dream calling his shot in his matchup in the round of 64. I hit the wrong drop. I meant to hit this. All right, let's get to the madness now. I know that's why many of you are here. We are one play-in battle away from the full field of 64 about to be set. Ladies and gentlemen, Asmaniac Madness is coming down to one final play-in tournament, and then the full field of 64 will be set. Check out the 1 seeds in each region. Kyle Clifton will face Cash Money Mike on Monday. In the round of 64, Dangerous Alliance region, the 1 seed Beastbreaker will take on Leany in North Carolina. The 1 seed Gary in the Extraordinary region will take on Jay Graves, who punched her ticket to the field of 64 earlier. And we got one more battle. Who will play Charles Gorman in the Asmaniac Madness play-in round? Will it be Robert C. or will it be Ralphie Rocks? Well, we promised you that if you're competing in Asmaniac Madness, you could send in a video if you're not around to call in. And Ralphie Rocks, before I open up poll voting, has submitted this message. Enjoy.
Hey, Asmaniacs. It's your boy Ralphie Rocks. Hoping that you will vote for me in the upcoming 16-16 play-in battle in Asmaniac Madness. The Ralphie Rocks team is definitely honored and blessed to be in. And even though we are probably the last pick in, last team in, we're going to try to win this thing. So, Robert C., nice guy, but we're going to have to take him down. I'm coming to you from the 80s cruise. Robert C. is a nice guy, but his jet takes are sometimes whack. I'm jealous of his hair, but he styles it like he's sometimes on crack. So you can watch on YouTube or TikTok, but vote for your boy, Ralphie Rocks. Peace out.
You cannot watch on TikTok. You can watch on YouTube. And ladies and gentlemen, time to vote. Who you got? Robert C. or Ralphie Rocks, who sounded like he was calling us from like a hostage situation alongside a boat. Either way, it's time to vote. Voting for Asmaniac Madness, our final play-in battle, is underway.
Who's gonna be the best of the bunch? Asmaniac Madness. You get to pick the ones that make the show rock.
Oh, yeah. Vote, vote, vote. Your vote determines who Charles Gorman will face in the round of 64, our final play-in battle. Shout out to Ralphie for recording that. He also sent in a super chat. Jake, I'm donating these raffles to the first caller who will be my hype man until I could call in around 5:15 when I'm back home from JFK. How about that? Ralphie pulling out all the stops. Who will be his hype man and get 5 raffle tickets, apparently, for doing just that. We'll get to your calls now on our show. Let me get caught up on the super chat here from Let Me In, who writes in, what's up, Jake? It's probably a pipe dream, but I'm hoping the Jets make a big splash by signing Tyler Linderbaum. They sign Linderbaum, I'd be ecstatic. I don't think it's going to happen. And they bring back JFM. JFM's possible. And you think the week 1 quarterback will be Derek Carr. If they sign JFM, I'd be very happy. I think JFM's going to have a lot of opportunities, though. Again, you're going to have to overpay for these guys, but JFM, I think, would come back. He didn't want to leave in the first place. The Jets just traded him. It was a terrible move. Linderbaum, I don't see it. I think he ends up in Chicago, right? They just had their Pro Bowl center just retire. I think they'll throw the bag at him. And don't discount the Ravens stepping up and keeping him. They're a smart organization, right? Oh, Cam Curl's going to hit free agency. Next thing you know, he doesn't. Remember, Jet fans, just because a guy like Alec Pierce, another name, they're supposed to hit free agency noon Monday, that doesn't mean they can't get a deal done over the weekend with the teams they're currently on. The Jets were about to lose Jamie and Sherwood to the open market. And then they got a deal done the day before. Maybe we all wish they didn't, but like deals could happen over the weekend. So I'm still not fully convinced Pierce actually hits the market or Linderbaum actually hits the market. Now, if the Colts sign Pierce back and Michael Pittman's released, he's a perfect complement for what the Jets need for Garrett. I'd sign him. I don't know if the Jets are going to spend big money at wide receiver. They might look to draft someone. They might like A.D. Mitchell more than we realize and say, let's not spend on a number 2. Let's solve our number 2 in the draft. That could be a thought process for them. Andrew C. checks in. He's in the raffle for
Good
2.
job.
I think me or Sean could take out Gorman in an upset given his lack of Jet allegiance. Well, it's going to be some battle. Whoever wins the 8-9 will play, in all likelihood, Charles Gorman, unless Ralphie or Robert C. knocks off Gorman, which you can't rule out. Things happen in this tournament. Bang! You never know. All right, let's get to some calls, shall we? Appreciate everyone who's tuned in. We got our weekly raffle at the end of the show. So make sure you enter your chance to win the Frame Super Bowl III ticket, Pennington signed helmet, Revis signed helmet, Curtis Martin signed jersey, and for this show only, 2 for 1. When you enter our raffle for the 4 items at the end of the show, we'll put you in next week's raffle where the top prizes include a Garrett Wilson autographed helmet, a Joe Klecko autographed helmet, and yes, the most popular item we raffle away every couple of weeks, a signed helmet by the GOAT, Broadway Joe Namath. All right, to your calls we go. First up is Dino. Hello, Dino.
Hey, how are you, Jake?
What's up, Dino? Love the name.
Currently driving in Bergen County, but obviously you got to be a psychopath to be a Jets fan and doing this. So here we are. This is my first call, so I'm pretty excited about this.
Whoa, what took so long, Dino? Welcome aboard.
Thank you, and I'm happy to be here. This is going to be one of many, though, so that's the good news.
All right. How long you been watching the show?
I'd say probably about a year now.
Well, welcome aboard, man. I appreciate the support.
Definitely looking forward to it. And I got accustomed to some of the characters that you have on, so I expect to be next year in the March Madness.
That's what it's all about. Appreciate
right? Beast, watch out for that #1 spot. I'm taking it.
that.
So here's my thought, Jake. I think if we're going to take a flyer via free agency at the quarterback position, I really think we got to look at Malik Willis as that possibility. You don't know what you're going to get from him, but I look at it this way. You give him a 3-year deal. He comes on board. It is a flyer, right? We did that with Fields. It failed. But that doesn't mean we shouldn't look at it and try it again. I would give him next year as that year to perform. If he's lackluster, we know 2027 is a field loaded with quarterbacks. And we
what are you giving him, though, Dino? That's the thing, right? So you just tried it with Fields. You gave Fields $30 million guaranteed. It was horrific. Is Woody Johnson signing off on another contract similar to what he just gave? Because I'd imagine that's what it's probably going to cost to get Willis.
So here's my thought. The top 16 quarterback salaries of last year, Fields was 17 on that list. And if you just look at the rest after that, you're all in that $15 to $18 million range. So you're probably going to be north of that. You're probably looking at $25 million a year. I think for someone that has has sat behind Love, similar to what happened with Darnold out in with Shanahan. This guy's sat behind and he's put in the work with LaFleur, and you never know. Like, things happen. I mean, he's more mature now, and I think the way he's played, especially against Baltimore, he played pretty well. He was a 75% completion percentage. He ran well. I just think that's someone that's worth taking a flyer on. And again, if it doesn't work out, we have next year to because the other options are, we talk about Cousins. Yeah, he'll get us 5-6 wins, but then that puts us out of that opportunity to land the #1 quarterback. We talk about the other guys; those are all retreads, and I'm not someone that wants sort of that retread. Carr, I would like Carr, but what's that going to be on a long-term prognosis? Get us to 8 wins. So my thought is, if we take a flyer, at least it's a young guy. If he fails, we have the 27 draft to work through.
All fair, Dino. Couple things, though. One, I think that we're going to see Malik Willis be coveted by Arizona, and he's choosing Arizona over the Jets if the money is somewhat close. He might even choose Miami over the Jets, too, because Miami has, the GM and the defensive coordinator that's now the head coach that was with him in Green Bay, so they know him. So if Miami's not in on Malik Willis, that'd be a bit of a red flag to me. I think he ends up in Arizona, though, when push comes to shove. I'm intrigued by him. I don't see the Jets spending that kind of money on him. He has not been linked to the Jets at all, which maybe if the Jets are truly good about keeping things in-house and the message not being out there, maybe they could surprise us and sign him. But I'd be very surprised if that was their move. I get the logic. I just think after they tried it with Fields, they're not going to invest that level of resource into Willis because it's still another 2-year commitment, and then you're affecting your salary cap in 2027 if he's not any good and he's not on your team a year from now, like what's happening here with Fields.
I hear you. I think about if he's that guy that I think is worth a shot. I don't know if Miami's actually going to work out for Willis, because you hear the Tua contract, how they're going to basically spread that cap hit. I think it's either going to be the Cardinals where he lands, as you just mentioned, or we could be that dark horse out of nowhere and maybe be that team. But I think Miami's out of the picture because I don't think they could fit him from a cap perspective.
Well, they're going to cut Tua and just take the dead cap. But you know this. If a team really wants a player, they could figure it out. They could front load the deal. They could spread it out. There's if they want Malik Willis, they could find a way to do it. Yeah.
Other than that, that's the other guy that, from via draft is a guy I'd consider Simpson, but I don't know if 16 might be slightly early. If he's at 33, I think that's worth the gamble. But then, I'm not into Nussmeier and some of the others. I hate to say that my point of view is next year's a year that we are in the month of March, and it might be time March for Arch.
It's unfortunate, but if they sign Carson Wentz, I will probably be selling a lot of March for Arch t-shirts that week on the show.
I agree. Well, I appreciate the reach out, and thank you, and I look forward to future calls.
Dino, great job, man. I'm going to put you in the raffle for 2 as well, so good luck.
Thank you. Have a great one.
Dino checking in. Early update on voting here in our play-in battle. Right now, it is all Robert C. with 74% of the vote against Ralphie Rocks, who's at 26%. Can Ralphie rally? That's the question. Here's a message from Ralphie.
Vote for me. I even got a Gary point from the MASTER, G with a double E, the legendary Master G of Sugar Hill Gang. He's voting for me.
What more do you need to vote for Ralphie Rocks, folks? Ralphie, Robert C., the battle going on, our final play-in round battle. More of your calls right now, ladies and gentlemen. An OG legend is on the line.
Hi, how are you? Bruce Hall. That's good. Hello, Jake.
Hey, Lane.
March Madness is coming up, and the Asmaniacs, I want Robert C. to win. Hopefully I get in also to the tournament.
Lane, what if I were to tell you that you're in the tournament and you're a 3 seed in the inside-outside region?
Yeah, and also it's great. I think that, you have Neil going up against Southern Jet Rick, Kyle Clifton, Cass, Money Mike, Lane Kerner, and I'm going up against JAMS. Who's that?
That's correct.
Oh, so anyway, the real reason why I called is Tannenbaum. Next year, do you take him in the draft, or do you go after Taylor Simpson?
Do I go after Taylor Simpson?
Yeah.
I prefer Homer personally.
Yeah, or do you take Homer in the draft? Because he'll probably be second in a round pick. Yeah, I mean, why do you think he'll go over Tannenbaum out of the draft?
Mike Tannenbaum?
Yeah, Mike Tannenbaum.
Probably accuracy issues.
And what else has been going on? Yeah, I mean, all of this.
What about OJ Simpson? Should the Jets consider him?
He's dead.
Is he?
No. Yeah, he died last year.
Oh.
I think he died in prison. But yeah, he did play actually many years ago, believe it or not.
Did you watch him?
Yeah, he actually played. I didn't know he was on a football team. Yeah, but honestly, I mean, I think that.
Yeah, what are your thoughts on your battle with Jams?
It's tie. I have 3, and he's in the 14th going into Asmaniacs.
You're a 3 seed, Lane. You're a top 3 seed.
Yeah. What a cute picture. I look younger. Look at that. Look at
you
my
look like
face.
a young, spry 13-year-old there, Lane.
I think I want. I don't know about Gorman. I don't know if he's gonna win.
You think Gorman might lose?
I don't know. I mean, I think he'll probably try to win, but yeah, look at Gorman's face. He looks like He looks like the person from Monster Inc. Like. So, how was your
What
day
about
so
Gary?
far? Oh, the little chicken he has. Yeah, I like his Brooklyn Nets shirt. Like say,
What about Beast? Do you think he looks handsome here?
Looks like he has a red nose, actually.
Rudolph,
Honestly,
the red nose Beast here.
he's a nice puma. Look at his stomach.
Would you rub his belly?
Kiss it. No,
You'd kiss it.
no,
Whoa.
I think it's from too much like food he's eating. He looks good. I mean, Kyle Clifton's probably gonna win, but I mean, you look at next year in the draft, like Miami's probably gonna take somebody else in the mock draft because we're not.
What about the real
I mean,
draft?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know who they'll take in the draft. I just want them to pay maybe like a quarterback or somebody going into center from Miami, because I think that they have a lot of draft picks that, the way they played last year was not good. And same as the Giants, I don't know who the Giants are going to get. I mean, there's a lot of decisions since they hired the new coach, but yeah, I mean, hopefully they won't keep dropping the ball in this year coming up in 2026.
Lane, any big weekend plans?
Well, I know it's supposed to be like nice. Actually, that I actually had to move everything because they have to put down a brand new floor because it's all cracked. Like some construction in the house, so yeah, it's gonna be like noisy. I think they'll start I'm pretty sure they'll start on Saturday, and should be probably all day.
Well, Lane, you have a hell of a weekend, all right?
Okay. Yeah, I know you have other people to have to get to. All right. Thank you.
You got it, Lane.
Hi. Sorry, everybody. See you next call when we talk about sports again.
The Lane train checking in. That's a 3 seed right there, people. Derek, the Jet fan, the latest to enter the raffle. He is in officially now for 1. Thank you very much. Derek Bino checking in. Jacob Wentz, Gino, 4 wins max. Give my entry to the 2026 Asmaniac Madness winner. One punch, Dave Brigga. # achievement. Ladies and gentlemen, perfect segue. Up next on the Gustbuster Umbrella Hotline.
He thinks that Gorman needs to get a frickin' job. This cowboy hates to see Asmaniacs complain. What they call him, one punch Brigga. You need to get a job. What they call him, one punch Brigga. The beast is on his ass. They call him one punch Brigga. Has anyone seen Dean Mack? They call him one punch Brigga. You only need one.
Jake, what's happening?
Wow, Dave Brigga rocking the bandana look. What's up, Dave? Looking good.
I had to bring this on because 3-Sip Jay always likes the bandana look. So this is for Jay out there. Okay.
You look great. Like prison Mike Scott.
Well, when I hear these players like Geno Smith and Carson Wentz, and come on, man. We can't go through another year with this crap. I mean, come on. Glenn can't put us through hell again. We need to get some players that could give us some kind of hope. I can't take it, Jay. I just can't take it anymore. I can't see a season going with Carson Wentz and Geno, and Geno probably doesn't even want us going to Miami. What's going on here? Come on, man. These guys got to get with it. We can't suffer like this. You got to give us hope. I mean, Dave damaged us so. Dave damaged us so much. Dave damaged this organization that he probably only get his buddy, Anzalone. It's sad, man. It's sad what we're going through.
When I heard that, I'm like, if we can't even get the guy that everyone said is super tight with our head coach who's now calling the defense, and this guy was the green dot middle linebacker that coordinated the defense on the field for the coach. We can't even get that guy. That would be eye-opening.
Jake, this is so bad. We don't realize, I think, how bad this organization has been damaged. The way the look is around the league. I mean, I don't know. I just don't know. I mean, It's every day we seem to get no relief. There's no relief with this stuff. None, zero. And now we have to face. When does free agency start? Next week?
Yeah, free agency starts on Monday at noon.
And what's the story with Carr? He doesn't want to come here now. Even him.
Well, the story with Carr is there's some reports that are out there from SNY and The Athletic that really no team has reached out about Carr to this point, that it doesn't feel like he's on the Jets radar. I don't buy that, though. Again, I think Carr is still an option for the Jets, and I thought it was notable that podcast clip they posted. I think his brother was mouthing New York Jets. I tried to play it a bunch and break it down. I think Derek Carr is still in play. I cannot picture the Jets just going with Carson Wentz and then trading for, Spencer Rattler and being like, okay, we're all set with our quarterback room. I really would be stunned if that's their big plan.
Bino's right. We won't even get 4 wins. Carson Wentz is not a good locker room guy. He's not good. I know that Frank Reich I guess he has a good relationship with him. And I trust Frank Reich. I know he's a solid guy, but I don't know. We have to get some quality players here, players that'll bring us some hope. You can't go with the bottom lines and has-beens and Glenn Crony ex-players don't even want him. I don't know. He'll be gone by mid-season if we have 2 or 3 wins. He'll be gone, and then we'll just suffer to 27. I don't know. Maybe next year we should just all, like I said before, we should just all. If this is this what we're looking forward to, we should just all take a sabbatical for 26. It's sad, man. It is sad. And Jake, you know what? You're right. You know what? You got to go through this every day. I mean, they got to give you some hope.
I got to give you something.
You're doing this 365, 24/7, man. I feel bad for you and the other content guys. This is sad. This is sad. If this is the actual truth we're looking for at free agents, and then we have the draft coming up. I don't know. Let's have let these guys get. Glenn, come on, let's go. Glenn and Mougey, do something. Give us some hope. Anyway. Bino, Bino's always a good supporter of mine, and I'm looking. And as far as Robert C and Tammy go, to one of my favorite people. They're a good couple, them and Peg and Arty. So we got some good people here to have to suffer along. We just suffer. That's all. We suffer.
Nobody knows how to suffer quite like the Jet fan, Dave.
It's true, man. But how much can you take? You know what? I told you Wednesday night when I seen Rich Eisen just like pretty much finished as a fan. It just goes to show you, you can only take so much. You can only go so far with losing, and the most of it was the losing. Like I said, with progression we could take, but just when when somebody stabs you, you finally just bleed to death. That's it. You just lose everything. You lose the life out of you, and I don't want to do that. I want to keep going. And as far as our guys go, we don't deserve this, man. We don't deserve this. So I don't mean to seem negative. I'm looking for I want to look up. I want to keep looking up, but it's hard, man. It's hard for all of us. So anyway, God bless everyone. Have a good weekend. Jake, take care.
Dave, excellent call. Love the passion. Let's go.
He thinks that Gary needs more shots upside his head. This cowboy hates when you don't believe in achievement. Well, they call him one-punch Brigger. The moon landing was free. They call him one-punch Brigger. His claim is not too dirty. One-punch Brigger. Hated jokes and swiping sides. One-punch Brigger. Does it only need one?
Great call from Dave Briga. Man, I picked a good day to have a little solo episode to end the week because the phone lines are just jammed with great listeners of the show. So let me keep it rolling right now. Let's say hello to Cash Money Mike, who's next. What's up, Mike?
Hey, Jake, how you doing today?
What's up, Mike? How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I'm glad you got my 5 memberships today, so I appreciate that. Thanks for shouting out.
Good luck.
Yeah, no, definitely. I got a couple of things. So Carson Wentz, Geno Smith, please. Unfortunately, there's really no quarterbacks out there for us. Unfortunately, this is the year, and I really can't remember a year like this where there's nothing for us to go after. It is pretty sad that we have to go look at backup quarterbacks who have been terrible starters, and there's no other options out there. Now, Derek Carr, he's coming off an injury. That's probably your best option. I don't like Tua, and I don't like the guy in Arizona either. So please keep those guys away from me. My best bet is Carson Wentz, unfortunately, and take a fly with Simpson at 33 if it's available. Other than that, I don't know what else we can look at. I mean, what about the backup quarterback at Houston? What's his name?
Davis Mills. I heard he's unavailable.
He's unavailable, right? Yeah. So all the good backup quarterbacks are going to stay with the incumbent teams. So we're going to have to take
unless you want to overpay, like you want to trade a 2nd-round pick for Mac Jones. There's some who do. I personally don't. I rather take if you get me Wentz, I'm only accepting the idea of Carson Wentz as if he's battling with Derek Carr for the starting job. I'm not handing Carson Wentz in the year 2026 full carblage of my franchise.
Yeah, I totally agree. And I believe Malik Willis, I don't think he's going to go to Arizona. I think he's going to go to Miami. No state income tax, right? So they're going to be able to offer that even though it's only 8 or 9 games in Florida, he has to pay no state income tax. So I think for that, I think we're definitely marching for Arch 100%. And then
anyone who buys a March for Arch T-shirt during the show,
let's go.
We'll get you 5 raffle tickets. Because that's the equivalent price of it. So,
and I also want
T-shirts are going to sell big time if that's the Jets quarterback plan, Carson Wentz.
I think it's going to be a plan regardless. Whoever quarterbacks for them this year, it doesn't matter, right? And I want to leave this last note. I got 2 notes. I want to leave this one note for Dave Brigger. We all deserve free therapy. So, Dave, I'm with you, man. As a Florida guy like yourself, I know you're part-time, but yes, we definitely all need free therapy. And then I want to leave this last note for our boy, Kyle Clifton. Good luck on Monday, because I'm going to take that what you said last night to heart. I'm going to make it every effort to be that bracket buster. So whoever doesn't have, Kyle Clifton as a winner, you want to vote for me, because you'll have a bigger chance to win the brackets if you have him losing. So I'm leaving it at that. So
hey, Cash Money Mike, do you hear that?
No.
That's Kyle Clifton music.
The whole idea that the avid viewers of this show would throw over, a beloved caller for a jersey or a helmet is ridiculous. They know what I bring to the table. They have integrity. They will not do it. I'm telling you, I know these people. I've seen them. They're the salt of the earth. I approve of each and every one of them, and they will stand with Kyle Clifton come Monday. I tell you that.
Oh, I believe it. I totally believe it. But I have to have my say, right? I have to have.
No, you have to have your say, and I know that you have your belief in yourself, Cash Money Mike. But it's on, as they say, like Donkey Kong. So let's see if we can't get some entertainment rolling for Monday.
I think you and I will have the best entertainment out of all the tournaments combinations. Maybe except Gary and Black Gypsy, but I think you and I will be a good fun watch.
Yes, I think so too. And your matchup yesterday was quite rousing, but I'm afraid that I think Monday is going to be the end of the line for you.
Fair enough.
As gentlemanly as you are.
I appreciate that. At least I can say that at least I have one round in the Jake Asman tournament. So at least I have that under my belt.
Yes. But to try and bribe these people, for shame, Cash Money Mike, for shame.
Asmaniac Madness is underway. Make sure you vote to make your voice heard.
Wow, what a back and forth that was. Kyle Clifton with us now. Kyle, I'm excited for Monday now.
Yeah, how could you not be? I mean, this is what the competition is all about. You have someone like Lane who's saying he thinks I'm going to win it all. that guy didn't even know he was in it last year, and he took my ass to the woodshed. So what am I supposed to make of that? I think he's playing mind games with me.
The lane train cannot be stopped. He should never be underestimated.
No, he should not be. He definitely should not be. And the thing about this show is you're getting new quality callers all the time. Like that guy Dino stepped all over my point before I even got on. So I was nodding along silently with him.
You want Malik Willis?
I kind of do, because you know what? If you front load the deal, and your point was well taken, right? If the team really wants a guy, they can do whatever they want. They can front load the deal. Well, so can we, and we actually have the room this year. So and Miami doesn't, right? So even
I don't hate it. Honestly, I don't think the Jets would do it. If I was them, I would strongly consider it, because to your point, like you could do it, like you could just money whip them. But do you want a guy to only go to your team just because you paid him by far and away the most money?
Yeah, I mean, there are a bunch of considerations here, right? But and I don't know what the limitations are on what you can guarantee a guy in a single year, but we know this year is lost anyway, right? Like if we're going to spend money this year to retain the guy's services, and then if he balls out, we know we're going to have to renegotiate anyway. So I know that you and Nick have been really against the dead money with these quarterbacks, but if the money's manageable, who cares? If you get the guy, you have to swing big. This is a big problem. You have to swing big, right? And we know that if we front load the deal and we miss on the guy, we're going to have those 3 picks next year. So that's kind of where I sit with it. And it's kind of a situation where you really don't know about Malik Willis, right? You have guys that you might appreciate, like Chris Sims, that say this guy's a future superstar in the league. Well, let's temper that enthusiasm a little bit. But for 1 year, if we can secure his services and basically get an audition, right, and we don't really care about the money this year, it might be worth the while to do it. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward. I'm going to have to do a video to probably from my competition with Cash Money Mike on Monday, because I think I'm going to be in the office. But a rousing competition so far, and I would like to take a moment to advocate for my boy Ralphie Rocks, because as I understand it, he's a guy of a certain age like myself, certainly of the bald community, in the same industry as myself.
I'm shocked this is the beatdown, Kyle. I really am. Right now, I just checked the score, 72-28, Robert C. over Ralphie. And look, Robert C. is a phenomenal caller, but Ralphie's way more active as a caller and as a commenter in the chat than Robert C. is. So this surprised me. I thought this would be really close.
It surprised me a little bit too. Since Ralphie is a western end of Long Island guy, I figured I'd go out here on air and go out on a limb for him, because I think his candidacy is worth it. I will talk to you soon, Jake.
Kyle, excellent call. I appreciate it. I'm a little surprised by this. I know Ralphie's going to try and call in. Maybe he could swing some voters. I know people wait till the end. We've seen comebacks already in this tournament. Cash Money Mike was down by 20. He came all the way back to win over Carlos. So things happen around here. You never know. All right, the Jet fans get a little crazy. Then what?
The Jet fans get a little crazy.
Speaking of crazy, this guy is going to go absolutely insane if the Jets sign Carson Wentz. I've been getting messages all day from him with his disgust.
The biggest mistake they made is not firing this whole crew of shitheads before the season started. The coaches can't make decisions. They don't correct anything. I mean, this is a joke.
You ready for Carson Wentz, Peter Castro?
No. I don't want Carson Wentz. What a horrible choice. He can't move. He can't throw. He's perfect. I mean, what would be wrong? What would be wrong with getting Kobe Brissett, get Ty Simpson, and get Kalen Green? Get all 3 of them. You got to get 3 stiffs. We're going to get all stiffs here. Geno Smith, and Carlton Wentz. Carlton Wentz is horrible. Didn't they watch him play on Minnesota? I mean, did anybody watch the games? I mean, what are you kidding? The guy can't even move. He can't throw. He can't move. He stinks. He's shot. He's been washed up for 5 years. I can't deal with this. If this continues, they're going to lose their whole fan base. That's how bad it is.
Is Carlton Wentz related to Carlton Fisk?
Yeah, it's pretty close. Carlton Wentz sucks. Period. He sucks. And if Mougey and Glenn and they're saying on the other show that Wright is all for Carson Wentz, then he's off the wall too. All right, he's nuts. I mean, don't you watch film before you pick these guys to see what they can do? Oh my God, I can't take it no more. Really.
What about Carson Wentz instead of Carlton? Would that change your mind?
Are you trying to confuse me, Jake? Carlton. What's his name?
Carson.
Carson. Yeah, well, Carson, he sucks. Carlton, I don't care what his name is. His last name is Wentz. He stinks.
What if he's good? Beningo was calling Mougey, Mougey, and now he knows his name is Mougey because he's done a good job so far.
Mougey. Yeah, Mougey's doing a real good job. Yeah, by midseason, what's his name will be out of there. Glenn will be out of there. If they go with him, it's like a guaranteed 5 straight losses. And I got news for you. Breece Hall, with all his cryptic writing and everything that he's doing on social media, I don't know if I'd be too crazy about signing him. He doesn't seem like he's too interested.
Well, he said he was going to bet on himself. Has he posted anything else since then? He's going to play on the tag, unless they do a deal.
He's going to bet on himself. He's bet on himself to do what? To have a great season so he gets taken next year?
Well, so he gets more money than what the Jets are currently offering him because they couldn't come to terms on a contract to this point.
Well, hopefully before they have up until July to come to terms, right?
Yeah, July 15th. But everything I've heard from Will Parkinson, from some of the other reports with people that cover the Jets is that they could still get a deal done. So I'll be hopeful on that because I think it makes sense to get a deal done and not have him play on the tag.
Well, their best bet at quarterback is Kobe Brissett. They can get him for what, a 4th, 5th round to get Kobe Brissett. Hopefully they can get Ty Simpson and get somebody else too. What difference? Put them on this practice squad. They have no quarterbacks. The 3 of them stink that they have. They signed Zappy. What are they kidding? What's with Glenn? He can't even get the linebacker that played for him for 4 years. He can't get him.
Well, they haven't tried to officially get him yet. But that report that I played, you heard the audio, right? Like it's no guarantee that a guy who everyone said was a guarantee is a guarantee. So I'm like, hold on a second. If Glenn can't even recruit Anzalone, what are we doing?
True.
Now, what are your thoughts on Jacoby Brissett instead of Kobe Brisket, if they look for a different name?
Kobe Brisket is very good. You know, he's about the best we're going to get for next year before we all fall out and fall asleep. I mean, he is a pretty good quarterback. He had some good stats this year. And with the Jet offensive line being as good as it is, we pick up a receiver, and maybe we get Ty Simpson or Kalen Green to back up.
What about Daryl Carr?
Derek Carr. Derek Carr, I don't know, Jake. I don't know. He's another weird duck. You know, he's making podcasts. They're whispering Jets in the back. I heard that. They're whispering Jets in the background.
You think it was Jets? Were you reading the lips? Did you get the sense they were saying Jets?
Yeah, they were saying Jets. And what do you think that's for? What other team's going to want him? How many teams are going to want him? He's another wash bag. He's washed up. You know, he might be good for a game or two. That's it.
Bino writes in, what's better than Castro butchering names?
Well, we got Kobe Brisket. We got, what's his name? Darren Carr? Derek Carr.
Darren Carr, yep.
Derek Carr. And we got Carl Wentz.
Carlton Wentz.
Carlton Wentz. Blow. He's the worst out of all of them. Get him, and you're going to put the whole fan base to sleep.
I love it. Well, Peter, I hope they sign a bunch of great players in free agency, and we'll bring you on for you to pronounce their names.
I will. I'll pronounce them flawlessly.
Ladies and gentlemen, the great Peter Castro.
Weed, this is for you.
Oh, shit.
It might have been yesterday, but Peter also said Tyler Murray. It could be an option for the Jets. Maybe that was a couple days ago. Carlton Wentz is an all-timer, though. Oh, my God. Aaron with a super chat. Aaron Kotite is a good one. Right now, Glenn's on that level. Unfortunately. I mean, it's Kotite, Gase, and Glenn as far as the three worst coaches in Jet history at this point. Those are the only three that ever lost 14 games or more in a season. Mike Perez in the raffle for 2. Carlton and Kobe. I love this show. we have the best show because of the community that tunes into the show. And Asmaniac Madness is a testament to all that. Andrew C. says, I'm involved in the industry known as bald, Mr. Clifton. Good to have Andrew C. hanging out with us today.
Good job.
The Rooster says, trade for Mac Jones, follow the Sam Darnold path, take a shot with Shanahan magic, plus Mac hates the Pats, and he plays with an edge. I would not trade a second-round pick for Mac Jones. He's only under contract for 1 more year. That's too steep of a price. If you can get Mac Jones for a 4th, I'm in. A 3rd, which the Jets unfortunately don't have, I'm in. I don't want to trade pick 44 for Mac Jones. I'm definitely not trading pick 33. I don't believe in Mac Jones. Maybe I'll be dead wrong. I don't believe in the Jets coaching staff. I'd rather get a player that could be a 4 or 5 year starter for me at pick 33 or pick 44 than Mac Jones, who I think is here for a year. Now, he might end up being awesome, and I'll have to eat my words on that, but I don't see it. All right, let's get to more of your calls. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us right now live from the bowling alley is this man.
Diamond! Already bowled 4 spares, 3 strikes. We're sitting at 134. It's time to turn it up. Power bombs! Boom, boom, boom!
Yeah!
In your face! No, we just went up to 147. We're just getting hard.
Hey, Beast, say, who do you think you are? I am. How did he follow up a strike with that? Beast for spare.
One. Look at the number here, boys.
What a great advertisement.
154. Yeah, we're just getting hot. We're just getting hot. We're just getting started. Oh, yeah. Yeah. You ain't seen yet. We've only just begun.
Asmaniac Madness is underway. Make sure you vote to make your voice heard.
Can Beast win it all? Many are asking. All right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a short break. I got a clip I got to play. I'm having some tech issues. My mic is a little choppy, so I know it's about to crash. So I'm going to play something short and then get right back to your calls. Enter the raffle by the end of the show for your chance to win 4 items. Back right after this.
I think you forgot to wipe your ass this morning when you were probably using that Angel Soft. Nice on your face, hard on your ass. Amanda is a beautiful queen. She's not that bad looking. Not bad.
That's it. Beast, what a silver-tongued devil saying that Amanda isn't that bad looking.
What a compliment.
You basically have 2 brains that equal shit and syphilis.
So Leanie advances. She'll take on Beastbreaker for his first reaction. We say hello to Beastbreaker.
I got gas right now. I got gas right now. No, this is not funny, man. This. I got gas right now, and that's why I'm trying to hold the seat and try to break it down. Ooh. Ooh. Oh boy. Go to another caller. Go to another caller. Oh. Go to another caller, I said.
Honestly, Beast, can you get up? Honestly.
Why don't you shut the fuck up and go
Honestly,
to the
Beast, throw a punch.
Get the fuck out of here. You're lucky I got gas right now, punk. You know, I'm getting close to knocking your teeth out your throat. Nah. Son, you wanna see what your world's gonna be? You're lucky I got gas a little bit. I'm watching you, Max. I'm gonna watch you like a hawk. I'm gonna eat you like a vulture and destroy you, whatever is left of you. And when I'm finished, they're gonna have to scrape your body parts up because you're no match for this power.
Can you hear me?
Woo! Bang! You couldn't wrestle your way out of it. You want to see what your world's gonna be? Here's a picture of your world. Diamond.
All right, we're back. Hopefully my audio's all right. Keep it rolling here. A couple super chats I want to hit. Danger Zone writes in, will a new quarterback divide us even more or calm us down? I mean, I think most Jet fans are in agreement. No matter who they sign, we're not going to be very optimistic, but there's levels to it. You sign Tua and Carson Wentz, the people who always try to even spin anything positive, they're going to be running out of things to spin positive. I'm talking about the people who Aaron Glenn could pee on them and they'd be like, well, I was thirsty. They still defend them. Those people, I look forward to trying to, spin themselves out of the pretzel that would be Tua or Carson Wentz, if that's their plan. Andrew C. says, Amari was a great guest earlier. He's right. We just got to take our medicine at QB this year. The dream. Good job with the super chat. Yeah, Amari's great. And look, again, I just want to see a real plan with that room. If it's Wentz and Carr and you draft Drew Aller or Garrett Nussmeier, all right. I understand the circumstances aren't great, and we'll judge Glenn by how the team is prepared. How are they against teams in their own division? How are they with extra rest? Do they not start 0-7? Right? Like, again, you could be competitive without great quarterback play. There's a ton of parity in the NFL. This team can't win 3 or 4 games next year. If they do, they're all gone. They should be. Joe the Jet, if we bring in Wentz, it's a sign we're taking a quarterback in round 1 or 2. Yeah, but there's only one quarterback they could take in round 1. It'd be Ty Simpson. One has nothing to do with the other. They need 2 veterans before we even talk about the draft. All right, more of your calls right now. I appreciate everyone on hold. I'm glad I'm solo here because I guess it's time for more calls with the Asmaniacs. Make sure you vote. Robert C. right now is up 69-31 in our battle, in our final playing matchup here. More of your calls. Will this man win a raffle prize today?
Chuck Wagon's always cooking, which it takes. Chuck Wagon's even cooking at the game. Chuck Wagon hates McDonald's, but he's headed home to cook. It's time once again for Chuck Wagon.
Hey, Jake.
Hello, Chuck Wagon.
I saw the first show today, and Jets Forever 2 just... I'm speechless.
$500. We've never seen anything like it. The man, with one swing of a super chat, purchased 100 raffle tickets for you today, Chuck Wagon.
Saw that. Hold on. Can you hear me?
Good job.
Mother. That's my headset. I'm sorry about that.
We hear you.
Anyways, Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Good job.
Sorry about the technical issues. I guess we're both having technical issues somehow.
Hey, put the headset
Thanks,
back
technology.
on and give us a play call.
I'm sorry?
Put the headset back on. You look like a coach. And give us a play
I know
call.
I do. Hold on. Testing.
Oh, we hear you.
Yeah, I can hear you on my phone, but not through the headset. It's all right. I'm not going to waste the battery. Between today's donation and I think the last three weeks, crunching the numbers quickly, he's donated $1,000. And I have nothing to show for it, which is funny. I know last week I made the joke that I think I'm going to keep. He's going to have me keep losing. You're going to have me keep losing so he can keep donating. I just never thought he was going to go this severe and give you a 500 spot. Because if I was to lose today, next week he may do 1,000. Who knows? And for him to, say that he probably owns a business and he's, writing it off. Well, maybe the tax laws in England are a little bit lenient than they are here with the IRS.
All right, now that we got the lovey-dovey stuff out of the way, put the headset back on. I put a play underneath your name there. Gun trips right, Z Jet Banana F post X over on 1. All right, read that back to me like you're giving it to the quarterback. Here we go.
Hold on. Let me get gun trips right, Z Jet Banana X post X over on
louder,
1.
louder, more authority. Come on. Gun trips right, Z Jet Banana F post X over on 1.
My kids are going to wonder what the hell I'm doing. I know
Louder,
it.
son.
Yep. Gun trips right, Z Jet Banana F Fox X over on 1.
All right, now I'm gonna
click that.
I'm flipping it around to the other side. All right, now I need you. Hold on, there's too many characters here. Looks like it's not gonna fit. But gun bunch left, F short, 72 Texas, Y corner, Z go alert, jet sweep.
Wow, you're gonna have to write that. There's no way in hell I'm gonna remember that.
Too many characters. All right, I'm gonna put it in the chat. Yeah. Are you in the chat?
The personal chat, I can get on the YouTube if you were going to put it on YouTube.
I'll put it in the private chat for you. All right. I put it in the personal chat as well. But gun bunch left, F short, 72 Texas, Y corner, Z go alert, jet sweep.
Okay. Gun bunch left, F short, 72 Texas, Y corner, Z go alert, jet sweep.
Too fast. I need the quarterback can't. It's too much. It's muffling in my headset right now. There's crowd noise. Gun bunch left. F short. 72 Texas. Y corner. Z go alert. Jet sweep.
Wow. Gun bunch left. F short. 72 Texas. Y corner. Z go alert. Jet sweep.
I had to use a timeout. Delay again. Could we get the play call in quicker, please?
Coach, you told me to go slower. Come on. You're killing me here.
We got 40 seconds between plays, coach. Give me gun trips right, 62, Z stick, Y option on 1.
Yeah, write that in the chat.
Oh, God. Check underneath your name.
Oh, it is my name? Okay. Gun trips right, 62, Z stick, Y option on 1.
All right, now give me gun doubles left, 72 scat, Y cross, Z go on 2.
Same play.
Go. We're in no huddle. Give it to me.
Dude. Gun doubles left, 72, scat Y, cross Z, go on 2.
All right. Well, Chuck
Wagon. And also, here's the question.
Yep.
If we're in no huddle and we're in hurry up, why are we going on 2? Because it should be on silent count.
We got to try and draw them off sides, coach.
You don't worry about that if you're in a 2-minute no huddle situation.
Ladies and gentlemen, Coach Chuck Wagon.
The Jet fans getting a little crazy.
You never know what you're going to get from Chuck. Ladies and gentlemen, This show in a nutshell. That call right there. Speaking of this show in a nutshell, oh God, ladies and gentlemen, buckle up.
If Mad Max ain't yapping about jets, that boy, he's jamming, he's slamming, freaking dancing, wall smashing. I'm Jake Asman. If Mad Max ain't ever stopped yapping, that boy, he still be dancing. Then call Jake Asman. He got an orange wall.
What's up, Asmaniacs? How you guys doing today? So let's talk about the quarterback. So
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, Jake.
Good
so
job.
We are not getting Carson Wentz. You know, Carson Wentz is a bad quarterback. He is horrible. He's boring. He's useless. He sucks. He is terrible. He should be working. He should be pumping gas in Jersey somewhere. He's boring. He's useless. He's horrible. Tua as well. He should be pumping gas in Jersey as well. He's useless. He's boring. He sucks. You know.
How about a Tua Carson Wentz quarterback battle? Would that excite you?
No, it wouldn't. It would be terrible, Jake. They're both useless and boring. You know. They're both useless. You know. They're like it's like two sacks of shit. You know, Jake. But honestly, it's Beast on the line because I want to see him. Let's see what he's doing right now. Let's see what Beast is doing. Because let's see who's going to be running the Dangerous Alliance, me or Beast. I'm going to be running the Dangerous Alliance region since Leanie's going to upset Beast.
I'm starting to think that you don't think your calls are entertaining enough, so you got to always call on to the Beast to add to
I think my calls are more entertaining than Beast, honestly.
You think so?
Yes, sir.
Says everybody.
Honestly, Beast, I'm going to be running the Dangerous Alliance region, honestly. See if you can even bowl that good. Beast, can you bowl good? Or I mean, if I was bowling today, I would have bowled better than you, Beast. But unfortunately, I have a shoot today. You know, get that bowl in. Good job. Can you hear me? Beast, get this spare. Any more callers? James B, Kyle Clifton, want to join this show?
Asmaniac Madness is underway. Make sure you vote to make your voice heard.
All right, we are back. Whatever the heck that was. Thank you, Bad Max. Right now in the playing battle, it's Robert C. and Ralphie Rocks. The winner will advance to the field of 64, which will be finalized after this matchup. 1 to go. We've heard from Ralphie Rocks in video form earlier in the show, but the man is back from his vacation. He has made it back from JFK Airport. He's back on Long Island. Ralphie Rocks joins us now. Ralphie, you're trailing. You need a comeback.
I'm getting clobbered.
I mean, show off the man cave at least. Look at the signed jerseys, people. This man wants your vote.
I know. I won these on the Jake Asman show.
A true legend. Was your vacation great at least?
It was awesome. The 80s, it's called the 80s cruise. And every night is a headliner. Of course, they're like B-listers from the 80s, but Bret Michaels, I think, was the biggest one of Poison. Sugar Hill Gang, Berlin, Gary Newman, OMD. Run the gamut. Really good.
That's fun.
Yeah, good time. And I was a little drunk when I made that video, and I was not. We were not hijacked by Somali pirates. I was on my deck, had a couple of drinks, Andrew C. style, like the Dream, and every time I kept trying to speak quickly, I would screw it up. So I said, let me just go slow and try to get it in. So that's why it seems like I was hijacked, but I wasn't. And I wish I wasn't on the cruise only for the Asmaniac sense of I could have hyped myself almost every day by calling in. I appreciate Kyle Clifton backing me. I heard while I was on vacation that he won a Keyshawn Johnson jersey also. So I won one from you. We could wear one at a Asmaniac event.
I like
it. I could be like his mini-me. I'm 5'4". He's like 6'5". So that would be a fun thing to do.
Well, Ralphie, they're saying if you sing in the chat, you might get some votes. Mr. Bonesy writes in, if Ralphie sings the national anthem right now, I'll vote. Ted says sing. Sing some songs of the bands that you heard.
Sugar Hill Gang. I can do. I think.
Yo Home says maybe you do a fish flop.
I could. I am Wonder Mike, and I came to say hello to the black, to the white, the brown, the purple, and yellow. But first, I got a hip, hip, hip to the bang, bang. Now, next on the mic is my man Hank. Come on, Hank, sing this song. So I gave you a little bit of a rap.
I like the effort, Ralphie.
Yeah, I'm trying. No singing though. I could barely say the Pledge of Allegiance like Charles. Not going to be any singing going on.
I bet you could get through it.
The Pledge of Allegiance? I could probably do that. Probably that. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, for which it stands, to the republic, one nation under God, indivisible, in the pursuit of liberty and justice for all.
I don't know if you got it right, actually.
I don't know. I don't know. So I see. It's been a long time since I was
Hold
in
on a
eighth
second.
grade.
Barbarossa's a teacher. He does it every day with his students.
All right.
Barbarossa, can you please help us with the pledge?
Okay.
Was I close?
We don't do it every day, but I'll walk you
You guys
through
don't
it.
do the pledge in school anymore? That's not a thing?
It's not. So we have it. It's just not mandatory to stand. So like we have it, but they're not mandated to say it.
All right. I pledge allegiance to the flag, right? That's right.
Yeah, of the United States of America,
I got that right.
and to the republic for which it stands,
Maybe not.
one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice and attic burgers for all.
Maybe.
Barbarossa, thank you.
Thank you. I thought I would appeal to more people, Jake, only because I have a job.
That might be the problem. It seems like the people that are unemployed do well in this story.
I have a family. Somehow, some way, these loins created a Ivy League law school graduate. Somehow, some way. So, and maybe that's too much achievement for some people. I also thought, what are we calling themselves? The 69th team would choose an Italian guy from Long Island, who's originally from Mount Vernon, who has seen his run-ins of 69th squad type of guys. Let's put it that way. Peter Castro type guys over the years. But not to be. I'm losing to a guy who didn't even call in, whose wife sings and is probably more entertaining than he is, because his takes on the Jets are terrible, and his hair, he has hair, so I'm jealous of that, but it looks like my hair from 1982. So
I'll tell you what, it just shows you Robert C is a force, because he has only called in a handful of times. He's having quite the performance. So Ralphie, look, you're losing to an OG, so there's no shame in that.
I feel like I'm really an OG because I've been following you since you were in Houston because of your aunt, who was my neighbor, who said, hey, you got to listen to my nephew. So I was following you on Twitter back then. I had no idea about YouTube. And I would follow you once you left Houston, and your uncle told me that you were doing some work with ESPN on the weekends, and you had your own YouTube show. I finally figured I had to get on YouTube. But for a long time, I was just following on Twitter, and I'd be one of 4 people on Twitter following you. And I'd make comments on Twitter, and the comments would be like when someone couldn't figure, oh, who's that wide receiver who went to Fordham, who played for the Jets in the 80s? Oh, and I'd write in Kurt Zone, but I don't, and no one would have known it because I think only you might see the Twitter feed. So, and you probably see it the next day. But I feel like I am an OG, just I wasn't on the YouTube channel, and I certainly wasn't calling in. When I first met you live at your cousin's wedding, in person, I said, I don't think I'll ever call in, but I'll chime in a lot, and I'll make chats and donations to help you boost your subscriptions and everything. But so was proud to get in. I mean, I can't believe it. I might only call a handful of times in a given month, and only when something spurs me. Like I was big on Caleb Downs this time, and I've talked about Ty Simpson in the past, and of course my relationship with Malachi Moore, which I have to go pick up my Malachi Moore signed jersey. I just got a call from Michaels that's ready. The mom was nice enough. She said, hey, send me the jersey that you bought, that you wore to the Tampa game. And he's home for a slight time in Alabama. So send it to me and I'll get him to sign it. So I'll put that up on the wall next. I'm still not taking down the Mark Sanchez.
You can't.
Because no way. Because he went from somewhat famous to infamous in one fell swoop. Not many people get stabbed and go to jail at the same time, Usually you're the one who is the victim. So.
He's probably the first to do that. Also won 4 road playoff games as well.
I know. And back to that, I also thought maybe people would vote for me because I was a longtime Jets season ticket holder, And I'm one of the few people who could probably say they were at the last game in which we won a home playoff game, which was freezing cold against the Colts. But I think it was 41-0, I think.
It was.
And I think Richie Anderson was running his butt off with screen passes the whole day. So that was a glorious day. One of the few in the 9 years that I had season tickets.
Well, I'll tell you what, Ralphie, there's no shame. Great performance by you. Appreciate the effort. And we'll see if you can mount the comeback here because we still got some time.
I'll go down swinging. But being a Mets and Jets fan, I'm used to losing and trying your best. So
Ralphie Rocks, everybody.
Okay. Thanks.
Asmaniac Madness is underway. Make sure you vote to make your voice heard.
Vote, vote, vote. I'm surprised. I mean, look, Robert C is an all-time great. There's no denying that. But I thought this would be a battle, man. And it's a testament to Robert C's longevity that to this point, it is not currently a battle. But that doesn't mean it won't turn into a battle. You know, things happen on these shows. We've seen some craziness over the Asmaniac Madness tournament. Things do happen. Let's see. We got some super chats here. Andrew C writes in, Boomtown, is there a link to Robert C singing? I'd never seen this. I'm trying to see if I have any Robert C singing in the archives. I couldn't find it. Bino says, Ralphie, is Brigga approved? No. Andrew C writes in, who sits and pledges? I mean, not me. All right, we are caught up there. Let's get to more calls, shall we? Rich is next. Southern Jet. Hello, Southern Jet.
Hey, Jake. Honey, I'm on the phone with a social influencer and agent provocateur. I'll be back with you in a minute. And
You
thanks for
enjoyed
getting
the
me
FAN
on.
clip.
Yeah. Thanks for getting me on. I'm getting ready. I almost had to hang up. I get ready to go to the movies. Marty Supreme. I hear it's good, but we'll see.
I haven't seen it, but I heard it's very good.
Okay, cool. I want to talk about the quarterback, but first, Brigga, you know, he's right. The Jets are losing some fan base because of the ineptitude, and it's all time. But I think it's more of the older fans. And when I say older, you know, been following, 15, 20 years, because you can only take so many gut punches. I mean, I got mine last year, and it's like the rope-a-dope, over the years, it's just one after another. And this will be this is the 62nd year as a Jet fan. I started watching as an 11-year-old in 1964 when I moved to New Jersey from Buffalo. And I should have known, because in Buffalo, when we went to the games when I was a 7-8-year-old watching the Titans, fans used to throw beer bottles in the stadium down, and they used to tell you to wear hard hats to the game. And it always had. I vividly remember the Titan game. Watching the Titans in 1960, first season of the AFL, and beer bottle landing right at my dad's feet. And, I should have known. But as far, and the other thing I want to say before the quarterback is that you're right. This is going to be very interesting if guys that are so-called Glenn guys pass us up, even if we offer more money. That's just going to be another nail in the coffin of what I already know, that the guy just doesn't have the on-field IQ to be a head coach. He could get a great staff around him. That's happened in the past before in the NFL. But as far as quarterbacks, Jake, I texted you a couple times today. When Arizona came out and said that they would take a decent day 3 pick, they didn't say great. So the 4th round, forget 4th round. They're talking 5th round, I think. I don't understand why. To me, the quarterback room should be a trade for Brissett for a 5th round pick. And you're going to pay a little bit of money because he's got one more year left on his contract. He signed a 2-year deal in 25. which is perfect bridge for us. And then we get another veteran, like you said, but let's get a veteran that's a free agent. So we paid a veteran minimum. I mean, we get one of the lower tier guys to back up Brissett, and then take Nussmeier or Aller as a development quarterback. I'm of the belief that you always throw a dart at the quarterback, and then I fully believe the next year our franchise quarterback is in college.
Yeah,
in this year.
I can live with that room. I don't want Carson Wentz, and then it's not good enough, man. You got to have a better plan than that.
And Brissett, a 5th round pick, Jake, for a guy who has played for Reich, knows Reich's system.
That makes more sense than bringing in Wentz.
Yeah, and then
that was pretty good last year. You look at some of like the advanced stuff. The record was terrible because the team sucked, but like once he started playing, like he was like top 10 in like a lot of categories among quarterbacks. Like he was not awful by any stretch last year.
Let me ask you this: are you surprised that they said a decent day 3 pick?
Well, I think the thing the name to watch is Garoppolo, because if LaFleur gets Garoppolo, that's his guy. If he goes there, then all of a sudden Brissett would be available. If he doesn't, they're probably going to keep Brissett. That seems to be the
quote
thought.
I saw said that he's available now.
Yeah, but I think it's going to cost more than just like a 6th round pick, let's say.
I think a fifth, because they said decent. They didn't say great day 3 pick. They said decent. Decent. It's definitely a word that means, not like,
the Jets have 2
Monroe.
4th round picks. I'd trade one of my 4ths for Brissett.
4th?
Well, they have 2 4th round picks. If it meant I got Jacoby Brissett, who I know is competent and knows Reich's system, I would trade one of my 4s.
Oh, okay. But wouldn't you offer a 5th first and say
yes? But I think it's going to cost a little more than that. I know that report. Oh, he could be had. It said could, not that he will. Again, like I don't think they're just like everyone knows Brissett's a really solid backup. I don't think they're just going to give him away.
Do you know where our second 4th is? Is it pretty low?
The 4th that the Jets have is like 104, and now they have the comp pick. I could look it up because
so you're saying trade the comp pick?
Yeah, because they got an extra 4 in.
No, you know what? That's perfect, Jake. The comp pick is low, and they said
139. I'd trade 130. They have 103, which is their own, and the comp pick is 139. I'd offer 139.
Perfect, because they said decent day 3, so you're giving them a 4th instead of what I think applies a 5th. So I that's a great take. Yeah, 139 for Brissett. Then you have to sign a veteran minimum 1 year, low veteran minimum contract. How much, Gino, would he take a low minimum contract?
Yeah, because Vegas is paying. If you gave me Brissett and Gino quarterback battle and drafted someone, I could live with that.
That's my room that I wanted to talk about.
Yeah,
today.
I don't hate that. Again, I just have no interest in Carson Wentz. I think he's shot.
Well, no, then you're going to sell shirts, man.
We're going to be marching a lot earlier than a lot of people want to march. There's no doubt. Good call, Rich. Enjoy the movies.
Thanks, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, more of your calls. Make sure you vote because Asmaniac Madness is never over until Beast Breaker sings. We have Robert C. and Ralphie Rocks going at it right now. And for those who need a little reminder who Robert C. is, courtesy of Gator sending me this, enjoy a little Robert C.
Ready? Everybody mute yourself. Mute yourself.
Light of dawn's early light. What so proud that we hail? We're so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land and of the free and the home of the brave.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
What a country. Cisco, super check, cuts the line. Only reason I want Wentz is because he looks like Jake. That'd be a bad reason to sign a quarterback. I'll do it for free. As long as everyone buys a March for Art shirt and I get a year of what Wentz's salary would be. Super chat from Andrew C. The Dream. Good thing we don't have a third this year from the Reddick trade. Obrick, the most unselfish player he's ever met. I still cannot believe Jeff said that. That was such an asinine comment he made. I remember I went nuts on the radio when I saw that quote. Hassan Reddick is one of the most selfless players I've ever been around. Ridiculous. Bonesy writes in, I currently can't call in, but at the champ's request, please hit me with some of Gator's finest work. Those are law books. Those are law books. Oh, boy. I got to find that one for you. Never forget the time Mr. Bonesy became a lawyer. He had to take down Bobby Beasley. That was something. I'll try and find it for you, Bones. I don't have that handy here. More of your calls right now. Party with Peg and Arty on the line. Hello, Arty.
Hey, Jake, how you doing? How's all the Asmaniacs doing?
How are you?
I can't complain, my friend. We're just sitting here watching the show, enjoying the Asmaniac Madness tournament so far. Congratulations, Jay Graves. Robert C. was a tough draw for Ralphie because he's like one of those legends that like lurk in the shadows, but you never forget him, you know? And I gotta tell you, man, this is going to be a great time. Looking forward to our matchup with Rube. Yeah, we'll see what happens. It should be good. Me and Peg are just sitting here and reminiscing about things about the show. She's been watching a lot of old Beast segments. She's a real Beast fan. So that's pretty much what we got going on. I'm really tired of hearing about this quarterback speculations because, I mean, we have no idea what's going to happen. And it's absolutely driving me nuts at this point. What about you?
Well, I'm excited to see what they're going to do, but I have a funny feeling we're not going to be very satisfied with whatever the outcome is. The only thing that would be exciting, if they actually did sign Malik Willis, we'd talk ourselves into the possibility of him being good. Hello, Peg.
Hi, I'm here in the background as always.
She does have a question for you, though.
I do.
Yes, Peg. How can I help?
I didn't have a question. I have a statement. No Tua, no Geno.
No Tua, no Geno. That's a fair statement. I think many agree.
Yeah, Jake. So, no Tua and no Geno. I mean, my God, what are we even talking about here? It's absolutely insane. That's why I can't take it anymore. I mean, you can pretty much name anybody who's a quarterback and speculate that it might be a Jet, and it might be the case. I mean, who the heck knows what's going to happen?
They could. It's just tough to try and sell hope if that's what we're looking at.
Yeah, I'm actually just, don't feel too hopeful. You know, I was talking with Jay Quest last night, and we were just saying how much it absolutely sucks that years ago, even like when I was much younger and you were probably a kid too, the Jets at least made the playoffs once in a while. You know, they never had great seasons, but they always rebounded. Every 3 or 4 years, we had a team, at least that we had some hope, man. These last 15 years have been an absolute shit show. I can't even imagine.
And there's no end in sight. Like, we're just targeting 27 because of the draft pick, but that requires the Jets to hit on the quarterback, which is a big issue in their history too.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't even know where we're going. But anyway, me and Peg are going to go outside for a little bit. We just wanted to say enjoy the rest of the show, everybody.
And support the spinoff shows that started with Jake. And that's
Jets Worldwide. Well, Beast was supporting Jets Worldwide at the bowling alley. We got the Ricky shirt on as well.
Yep.
We love it.
Yeah, they're all important. They appreciate your support and all the guys that's in there. And let me tell you something: the Asmaniacs that are new, that haven't been to a meetup, haven't been to a tailgate, it's unbelievable how good the people are. And
Arty, baby, that's the next big one, Arty.
Yeah, that's the next big one. I can't make this one in Pittsburgh, but me and Peg are really going to try and get up there to New Jersey this year to catch a home game for the Jets. We're going to do our best. To get up there for that anyway. So whenever the game is that we're going to do, hopefully it's in New Jersey. I'm sure you're going to do one in New Jersey and maybe on the road. We'll see what happens. Peace, guys.
Gentlemen, Peg and Arty, two of the all-time greats. Arty just weeks removed from a heart attack. 2 weeks removed. Not even. Unbelievable. You would have no idea. This was requested by Mr. Bonesy. And look, you make requests when you're the defending Asmaniac Madness champ. We tend to make it happen.
Are you an actual lawyer or what, man?
Yeah, I am a lawyer.
So you better call Bonesy. Ignore the shoes behind him. Those are law books. Those are law books.
Never forget. Never forget. Super chat from Cisco in the raffle for 5. Bang! If we get Wentz, games would be exciting. He's the only player in history to break both his legs throughout in interceptions. Imagine the historic things he could do with the Jets' bad luck. Butt fumble erased. Yeah. I don't know. This is your positive on Wentz. I don't have it in me right now. We just got to laugh at how bad it would be. That's the whole point here. That's tough. Appreciate the super chat, though, Cisco. Hope you're doing well. I'll make sure you get entered in the raffle. Ladies and gentlemen, look who has called in. Right now, he's cruising to an Asmaniac Madness victory. Time to say hello to the man who's facing off against Ralphie Rocks. Here is Robert C. Hello, Robert.
Hi, Jake.
How are you, Robert?
Okay, I saw he was catching up to me.
Right now, you're still up pretty big.
It was a good omen to call in after you showed last year's winner.
How do you feel, Robert? Do you feel like you're going to be a winner this year?
Oh, I don't know. I'm still worried about this matchup.
You got to take it one matchup at a time. That's the right mentality.
If you need a lawyer, call Bonesy.
What else is new in your life, Robert? Tell us about yourself.
I don't know. I'm busy. There's things going on but you might not have known. Tammy has lymphedema and has some things wrong with the legs, and we're busy with that. Well,
I hope she's okay.
Yeah. Yeah, a hole over by her heel that reaches the bone. So it's a dangerous situation.
Well, what about you? What's your situation?
I got pre-diabetes, but that's about it.
Your hair looks great.
Thanks.
There's a man on the line that has called in.
Ralphie Rocks.
Hey, how are you?
How are you?
I'm good, thank you. I'm good.
I think you look kind of like Sean Payton.
Okay. Without it,
right?
maybe. Yeah.
I'm sure a lot of people would agree with that.
When I go out like this, I get a lot of Mr. 305. I don't know, like Pitbull. But
you coach something? You coach baseball or something? You look like you coach something.
I'm a commissioner of a little league. I coached my son till he was like 16. But I'm a commissioner of a little league, and I do umpire travel games on Long Island. So yeah, I am involved.
You have that luck.
Oh, I'll take that as a compliment.
Yeah.
And I'm jealous of your hair, by the way. I looked like that in 1982. Yeah. But
that's the year
you
I
and
went into
Tammy.
the Army.
Okay. Well,
Yeah,
you and
thanks for
Tammy,
the
you
compliment.
deserve it. Yeah, you and Tammy deserve it. You guys have been entertaining people on this channel.
Hey, I appreciate
on
it.
a long time, and I just make concise jet calls every once in a while. I'm honored just to be in this thing, and I'll go down swinging, but good for you
Tammy
guys.
said thank you.
Gormani, you got it. Gormani's going to be a tough one for either one of us. Charles Gorman, he'll be a tough one.
Gormani.
Yeah, Charles Gorman.
Gorman is short for Gorman.
Yeah.
Can you hear
Said
me?
the mic was muted for a second.
My mic? Or can you hear
No,
me?
is my mic muted? Can you hear me?
Can you hear
I
me?
don't know, I feel like Max. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I can hear Max.
Good job.
I'm doing my best to try to look like Mad Max.
Good job.
Very good job.
Good job.
Is Mad Max really there?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Good job. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Good job.
Mad Max needs a few other things to say.
Can you hear me?
I can.
Good job.
You don't have to repeat yourself.
Can you hear me?
I say it.
Good job.
Very good job.
Can you hear me?
The numbers are probably going right down the drain.
Good job.
Hey, Robert C. ¿Cómo está, amigo?
Are you done bowling?
And my arm is flat right now. Feels like jello right now. It's not good. I'll tell you. Let me just say this for everybody. When your arm goes dead, that's what it feels like, a big flap of jello.
Good job.
Now you don't eat jello, do you, Robert?
Not in years.
Amigo, I can't hear you.
Can you hear me?
You haven't you
Not in
don't
years,
eat
but it has to
jello?
be lime jello.
Good job.
Try the cherry jello. That's really delicious.
Need lime jello for the Jets.
Good job.
Hey, Robert, can you sing for us? People want to hear you sing.
I need some suggestions here.
Hey, Chad, give Robert C some suggestions so he could belt out some tunes. Don't stop believing.
It's too hard to do. That's too hard to do without the music. It's to do it a cappella. That's too hard. So I don't know.
How about Sweet Caroline?
Sweet Caroline, good times never felt so good. I'll get it right. Okay, I don't have it all.
How about Baby Got Back?
I don't know that.
How about Living on a
Cheer
Prayer?
up, sleepy Jean. Oh, what can it mean to a daydream believer and a homecoming queen?
How about Back That Ass Up?
I don't know it.
How about Free Fallin' by Tom Petty?
Oh, God, I'd have to get some lyrics to get started on it. Maybe I can do Won't Back Down. Now I won't back down, 'cause I stand my ground. What? Nope, I forgot that one. So
How about Back in the New York Groove?
I don't know all the verses.
How about Piano Man?
Sing a song, your pattern. Sing us a song tonight. Well, we're all in the mood for a melody, and you got us feeling all right. La da da, la di da da, la di da, di di da.
Ladies and gentlemen, the voice of an angel, Robert C. Robert, job well done.
Thank you, Jake.
Robert, it looks like you're destined to move on. So congratulations on a Asmaniac Madness play-in victory. Yes.
Asmaniac Madness is underway. Make sure you vote to make your voice heard.
All right, we'll get to the official tallies coming up. I got to get to the raffle as well. So let's get to these last couple of calls and then spin the Wheel of Champions. OG Jet fan Tommy's next, and then Derek will follow. What's up, OG?
Jake, what's up?
Tommy.
You know who this is behind me?
I don't know who that is behind you.
What about if you can read from there, right here?
St. Peter's University. Is that the St. Peter?
This is the St. Peter.
Wow.
So I just got to call in because every time Mr. One Punch Dave Brigett calls in, I have to call in. That's my competition. So do you see what this says right here? Hold on.
Jake Asman, YouTuber, Go Jets, 44.4K followers.
Subscribers. So I'm just going to take a walk into the college, right?
That was
like, yeah. And I'm going to give this note to the security office to make sure that they can at least give it to the students to make sure we get a whole bunch more subscribers. I got to pull out everything. This is just the one little tiny thing. So let's
I'm not following the logic. So you're going to give this piece of paper that says my name on it.
Yep.
And then how will that get me more subscribers?
Well, we're going to see right now. We're going to see if it works.
All right. We will see.
Hello, ma'am. How are you? Is there any way possible that you can... Oh, you know, she's on the phone. Hold on 1 second. How are you, sir? Is there any way that you could transfer this to any of your students? It's just that it's a YouTuber on, and he has 44.4K subscribers, and we're rooting for the Jets.
We're not allowed to do that.
You're not allowed to do that?
No.
How come?
Because my department don't do that.
Okay.
And everything is closed after 5 o'clock.
Okay, so
Yeah,
you can't
so-
transfer this message to any of the students. Okay, no problem. God bless and have a good night. Take care. Well, that didn't work too well. It's okay. But Jake, you still there, Jake?
Oh, I'm here.
All right. I've been talking to people. Here, I'm gonna hand it to this man right here, and I'm gonna tell him to give it to all his friends. Or this man.
That will work.
Excuse me, if you don't mind. I'm on YouTube. It's my friend Jake Asman. He has 44.K. We're just looking if you could just subscribe. Can you take this and maybe pick all your friends? If you don't mind, want to say hello? Word. Thank you so much, sweetheart. Have a good night. And Jake, what I will say is Jacoby Brissett or David Carr. Those are the only two we can go with, man. And
What
every
about
time.
Darren Carr?
Go ahead. Nah. I mean, if that's what his name is, if that's what we want to call him, we can go with it. But Mr. Dave Punch One Brigger, I got some things coming. I got nothing but respect and love. It's gonna be all friendly. There ain't gonna be no battles. Like I'm not gonna ever disrespect him. But I got to come up with something special, man. But Jacoby Brissett, David Carr, Tua, no. Kyle Murray, he's already going to Minnesota. Who else are they thinking about? Like, I guess the other guy from Green Bay, he ain't coming. He's gonna want a big contract. And enough about these quarterbacks. Whatever happens, we're going to suck. Carson Wentz, that's what they want, right? And Ralphie Rocks, I feel bad for you because I'm the bald-headed man too. Ralphie Rocks, I feel bad, man. Like Ralphie Rocks is a great caller. I'm surprised that the vote ain't. What's the vote right now at, Jake, with Ralphie?
67-33.
See, I mean, nothing, no disrespect towards what's the other guy's name? Was it just called the long hair? Robert C. No disrespect towards him, but Ralphie Rocks is a great caller and he's a good man. But you know, this is Asmaniac Madness, and Jake, I was standing out here for an hour in front of St. Peter the Apostle, waiting for you. I thought you would put me on, Mr. Brigga, but we'll wait, I guess, till we get like later on in our round. But great show. God bless, and one love, America. Jake, keep doing your thing, brother.
Asmaniac Madness is underway. Make sure you vote to make your voice heard.
I've taken a lot of calls. That one was right up there with one of the strangest. Thank you, Tommy. All right. Let's go. Last chance to get in the raffle. I did a bad job mentioning that this is a 2-for-1 special. So we're playing for the Martin jersey, Revis helmet, Pennington helmet, Super Bowl III frame ticket. But if you entered during this show, you also are entered in next week's raffle. So it's 2 for the price of 1. Joe Namath, Joe Klecko signed helmets each, and a signed Garrett Wilson helmet as our top 3 prizes. So I'm counting the names. Make sure you enter, and we're going to spin the wheel for the weekly prizes coming up shortly. But Derek, the Kansas Jet fans next. Hello, Derek.
Hey, Jake. How we doing, brother, man?
Living the dream. Derek, what do you got for us?
Heck yeah. Not much. I just wanted to send a special shout out to Beast. I don't know if he got a 300 this game. I think I've seen him trying to snag a spare, but I got a good feeling that the next game that he bowls is going to be 300 for sure. You got to shout out Robert C. Man has an excellent voice for how old as Christopher Walken is, dude. I was pretty phenomenal, I will say. Extraordinary, if you will.
It was very strong. very strong.
I'm very hyped for the Asmaniac Madness. I think it's gonna come down to the wire. I actually have maybe a controversial take. I think Amanda's gonna take down Gary whenever that I foresee that matchup come to fruition.
That means Amanda's gonna beat Jordan before then.
Yeah, I think so. I believe so. That's what the crystal ball is telling me. Oh yeah. Oh, there's some good matchups. Actually, I'm not so sure that Gary gets past Jay Graves. I think Jay Graves might take that. That might be your first 16 over a 1. I'm going to forecast that now, I believe.
Really? So you think Gary could lose early?
I think so. He's been kind of polarizing as of late, which I guess I wasn't around for last year's tournament, but I don't. This time of year, we'll see if polarizing still wins. I'm intrigued to see how that shakes out.
Kevin says these sound like simp picks. Would you like to respond to the accusation that you're a simp?
I don't know. I kind of think it's cool that female listeners are definitely like good for the show. I'm in a happy relationship. I'm not sure simping would be. That seems more up like Gary's alley or many other alleys. The internet can say what they will, you know. I was just trying to predict an upset, but
I like it. I like the takes. Be bold.
Yeah, I really think it's going to happen. Jay Graves definitely going to make a push. I could see that being like 55-45, somewhere in that ballpark. But if Gary does get past Jay Graves, I do not think he's going to get past Amanda. But further on, I wanted to go on to quarterback. I want to try and keep it brief here. I know you probably got other people online. I am actually on the Wentz train because that's the best way to march for Arch, because I think that would just end up being a terrible marriage. Even though he does seem like your typical Frank Reich kind of guy, I don't see it as a great fit. It's just a bad list of options. Brissett or Malik Willis might be the best options. I just don't want to swing too big here. We got 3 firsts next year. To echo Mr. Brigga's sentiments earlier, like just when like being a Jets fan, how many times have you said in your head, like, man, surely it can't get no worse than this year. Surely it can't get no worse than this year. After the Rodgers 5-12 season, I was like, things are only looking up for here. You know, we got new head coach, you know, revitalize, damaged goods. You know, we just keep getting sucked in because we love this team so much. But thank goodness we have a beautiful community of A+ human beings like everybody here. So no matter what quarterback we get, I don't know if AG is going to be able to coach his way out of a paper bag. Sorry, Jets, Johnny. But yeah, I don't know. I hope he does well, and I hope we win, because I think I speak for all Jets fans when I say that we're all kind of tired of losing. But I think I'll take the rest off call. JETS, Jets. I hope you guys all have a wonderful day, man.
Derek, appreciate you. Well said. Andrew C. writes him, Gary will be in the Final Four. Mark it. Look, Gary, for all his haters, is people that love his calls for the entertainment value. Last year, he was polarizing as well, and he did get to the Final Four. Last year's Final Four, for those who are new to the show, was a great one. It was Mr. Bonesy and King Lowski who met in the championship game. And I don't remember the final score, but it was close. It was like 50-50 for most of it, and Bonesy pulled away very late. Lowski brought it, as you would expect, from the King. And then you had Neil and Gary as the other two Final Four representatives. So we had a who's who. What's the latest?
Now I'm just watching a lot of these. I'm watching a lot of these bowlers. They're surprising me. Some of these girls are throwing power bombs like you wouldn't believe, and some of them are throwing lightning bombs and body slams. I'm like, damn. I'll tell you, hey, it doesn't get any better than this. 100, what's wrong? 154. But I say that 154 was red hot because why? I brought the ass whooping, and are we ready for that raffle?
We are almost ready. I'm finalizing the names right now. I just wanted to check in.
Yeah, well, what? Oh, this lady over here, she's supposed to spin, and that will be a yikes shot. A yikey. Diamond.
Beast, thank you. All right, let's close the poll voting, ladies and gentlemen. Let's close the voting because we have completed the play-in round. Cash Money Mike advancing to face Kyle Clifton. Leany advancing to face Beast. Jay Graves this morning advancing to face Gary. And now we could officially say it will be Robert C. advancing to take on Charles Gorman.
Asmaniac Madness is underway. Make sure you vote to make your voice heard.
Final score 67-33. 319 votes were cast. Congratulations to the great Robert C. on moving to the round of 64. So the field is set. We have all the matchups in our round of 64. Here is your look at the bracket now. All right. Monday, Kyle Clifton, Cash Money Mike kick things off with our first tournament battle in the round of 64. Monday afternoon, Rob the Jets fan and Alan go at it. Will Alan return to the show? And can Rob knock out Alan without being on the show? Those are some questions many have with this one. Now, the Jets making some news Monday is a possibility, so be checking the Discord. I'm still planning to go live in the morning, but then legal tampering starts at noon, so we might start the first show a little bit later because at noon, players could be signed, and we'll see. We're going to kind of have like a loose schedule that week, given all the potential for free agent signings. So we'll work with it. We'll figure out what the Jets do. Remember, 2 years ago, they didn't do anything the entire first day till late at night. They signed like Tyrod and a bunch of other guys, I remember. So that was crazy. And then last year, I think the field signing happened on that Monday or Tuesday. We got the Stevens signing. So you never know when some of these signings are going to break. But our first two matchups will be Clifton and Cash Money Mike and Rob and Alan. And then Tuesday, if you want to look ahead, Peter Castro and Craig from Australia and David T and Josh Wolever are set to do battle. So I'm looking forward to that. All right, we still have the raffle. I want to shout out the Nick Shine, who sent me a Venmo to purchase 5 memberships. And Nick Shine has called in. Hello, Nick.
What's up, buddy? How are you?
I'm counting your raffle entries right now.
Oh, you're very sweet. Yeah, I'm on the iPhone, so I can't gift the membership. So I just shot that to you to do on my behalf. Good sir. So obviously Robert sees in the matchup, and Robert had friended me on Facebook like a year ago. So I go to Facebook Messenger and I call him. And he answers the phone. He goes, hello. I go, Robert. I'm like, it's Nick. You're on Jake's matchup today. You should call in. I didn't realize you had my number. I go, I don't. It's Facebook Messenger. Oh, how does that work? I go, Robert, just call into the show. We'll talk about the logistics of it later. Okay. But Jake, the entire fucking time I hear your show in the background playing. I hear Ralphie's call as I'm talking to him. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
It just speaks to the greatness of Robert C. He doesn't know what's happening, and he's still able to get plenty of votes and advance to the next round.
It's great. At the end, all right, Robert, I'll delete your number. I didn't think you had it. Goodbye, Robert. And then he calls it. Tremendous. It made my day at work talking to Robert, and whenever he calls in, it's entertaining, man. You never know which direction these calls are gonna go. It's absolutely fascinating. Like I say, man, to be a fan of the show and watch this and listen to the contest, we don't win football games, Jake. This is the highlight of our season. So happy to be a part of it with the little role that I have, and I'm looking forward to the tournament at 64 now, man.
It's all happening, Nick Shine. Get ready.
Tell Ralphie I'm sorry. He just said he's dropping his subscription to my show. Ralphie, to be fair, there was a sizable lead when I made the call, and actually his lead dropped when he was at 69 and got to 67. So Ralphie, I actually helped you in a way.
And he finished with 67 to 33. It was a tough matchup, Ralphie. I think if you call out over the next calendar year, you're not going to be a 16 a year from now. There's no doubt.
He's a great caller. Ralphie's a great caller. He just that, when you have some iconic callers who don't call in as much, it's a tough matchup to have. But Ralphie's a great caller and a good contributor to the show.
Love it. Well, Nick, I got your memberships in. I'm about to spin the wheel here, so I appreciate
Drop them.
Ladies and gentlemen, Nick Shine. A couple super chats I got to get to here, and then we're going to raffle away 4 prizes. Andrew C. says, Tommy did a horrible job explaining himself. That could have been a weird link for all they know. Yeah, I mean, the approach by Tommy, we appreciate the effort, but that's a tough one to go to the security guards on a random college campus and have a Post-it note that says, Jake Asman Show, 44,000 subscribers. So I'm not quite sure what the goal of that one was, but I do appreciate the effort. JT purchasing some raffle tickets with the super chat at the end. God help us, Carr is the best option we have. Mougey, please work your magic. It's tough because Mougey can only do so much. You can't just manufacture quarterbacks to become available. If he does that, he really might be an awesome GM. Again, I think Darren Mougey's in a spot where you just don't want him to be reckless because we all understand the likelihood of the Jets' long-term answer at quarterback not playing in college football in 2026 feels incredibly unlikely. It really does. All right. I'm ready to spin the wheel of champions. Our master of raffle ceremony is coming to us live from the bowling alley. Ladies and gentlemen, who's ready to see who wins 4 Jet prizes?
I'm watching these bowlers. They're doing a fantastic thing. And let me just say this to Leany. Don't get in Team ECW's way, because what ECW will do, we will demolish the old, because the new generation is here and we're here to stay. You know why? You may have had your time, but there's room for improvement and there's room for other things. Now, I'm going to do this just like the old school way we do it, and we do it the old-fashioned way. It is now time to spin the 2026 Wheel of Champions.
It's time to announce the winners of the weekly Asmaniac Raffle. Let's spin the Jake Asman Show Wheel of Champions and find out which Asmaniac is winning an epic prize.
Thank you, Beast. All right, here we go. The home stretch of our show. First, a super chat from Peg and Arty. Happy birthday, Leany. Wishing you a speedy recovery. It is Leany's birthday today, who Beast just called out. Happy birthday to Leany. She won her play-in battle yesterday, and this is the matchup for Leany and Beast in the round of 64 of the Dangerous Alliance. Can a 16 beat a 1? You heard Derek call in and predict that Jay Grades would knock out Gary. I think Leany could do it. We'll say, though, it's never happened in the illustrious one-year history of this tournament. Anyway, Peg and Arty, thank you. I'm going to put you guys down, of course, in our raffle for 2 additional entries. And then if you entered the raffle today, you're already in for next week as well. So keep that in mind. Did a little 2-for-1 special. All right, here we go. Let me get the Wheel of Champions up on the screen. You can only win 1 prize per raffle. Well, we got 4 of them this week. I'll go through them right now, and then we will award the prizes. Ladies and gentlemen, our first prize is a framed Super Bowl III replica ticket display. The next prize is a signed helmet by Chad Pennington. Our second to last prize is a signed helmet by Darrell Revis. And our grand prize is a signed jersey by Curtis Martin. Okay. Now we get ready to spin the wheel. And if you win, you have to email me. My email is in the description for every YouTube show, but it's my last name, my first name at gmail.com. That's asmanjake@gmail.com. Here we go. 4 spins. Our first winner will win a replica Super Bowl III ticket display, and the winner is Cash Money Mike. Let's go, Cash Money. Well deserved. The man won an Asmaniac Madness battle, sent in a bunch of memberships, and gets rewarded. All right, let's respin again, but first we shuffle all the names. Here we go. Prize number 2 is a signed helmet by Chad Pennington. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner is Anthony Logerato. Let's go, Anthony. Congratulations. Well deserved. Anthony, a long time listener of the show. Got to meet him at a couple listener events over the last year. All right, here we go. We still got 2 more prizes here. Chuck Wagon, all eyes are on you. Can he finally win a raffle prize? Oh, the drama. Here we go. Signed Darrell Revis helmet is the next prize. The winner is Kyle Clifton. What can't this man do? Kyle Clifton doing it again. A Revis helmet. Love that for you, Kyle. Congratulations. I know where to send it. All right. Here we go. One last chance for Chuck Wagon to win a prize, and everyone else. But if you saw the first show today, Jets Forever 2 literally sent in a $500 super chat to get Chuck Wagon 100 raffle tickets. Comes down to this. Our top prize this week is a signed jersey by Hall of Famer Curtis Martin. Ladies and gentlemen, one last spin. A spin to determine greatness. A spin to determine who wins this jersey. Ladies and gentlemen, our final weekly raffle prize winner is the Chuck Wagon!
Chuck Wagon's always cooking, which it takes. Chuck Wagon's even cooking at the game. Chuck Wagon hates McDonald's, but he's headed home to cook. It's time once again for Chuck Wagon!
No!
Thank you, Jets Forever. This is all because of you. Can't thank you enough.
A framed Curtis Martin jersey, baby. You better get a frame for that thing because that's going to look great in the Chuck Wagon man cave.
I'm absolutely going to be definitely going online. Probably Amazon should have something like that. yeah, I will definitely be shopping around for a frame. For sure.
Congratulations,
Absolutely.
Chuck Wagon. Well deserved. Jets Forever #2 was going to stop at nothing for you to be a raffle winner. And I love how it played out with the drama of it truly coming down to the last prize of the week.
I do feel bad for you, though. Not sure if you're going to get any more large donations anymore. Because it was more beneficial for you if I lost. So,
I have a funny feeling JF2 is not going to just stop watching the show. He'll be around. He's going to be pumped.
Oh yeah, yes, I'm sure. So, but the 3-4 weeks that he was doing this, it was really fun. But it does feel good to win one.
Well, congratulations, Chuck Wagon. Well deserved.
Thank you.
Ladies
Have
and
a good
gentlemen,
night.
the Chuck Wagon checking in. What an ending to a great week. We're going to be live on Sunday. Got a Sunday show in the works. I'm doing 2 hours of radio, 2.5 hours of radio tomorrow. So you can listen in on 880 ESPN New York from 12 to 2:30. Big thank you to everyone who called in this week. The tournament is off to what has just been an incredible run so far. Congrats to everyone in the play-in tournament. Thanks for making it a fun start these last 2 days. We kick things off Monday with Kyle Clifton and Cash Money Mike, and then Rob the Jet Fan and Alan going head-to-head in what should be 2 outstanding battles in our round of 64. So that's going to do it for me. Like the video if you haven't. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Love the growth that we're seeing on the YouTube channel. We're at 44,500 subscribers. We have gained 580 subs over the last 28 days. I'm expecting big things this month because the Jets have resources and they're going to do stuff. And we're going to be here every step of the way to be breaking it down for you as we always do each and every day on the show. Again, thanks to everyone for your support. I will leave you guys with a video that kind of encapsulates what has been a wild week of programming. Ladies and gentlemen, sit back and enjoy. And as always, let's go Jets. We'll talk to you tomorrow on the radio and then Sunday on YouTube.
What does everybody? That video has to be cut. I don't want to see that.
Looks like piss.
I did not pee out the window. I only do that in the bathroom only. Get that correct. Shame.
Relax. We're going to take a quick break. We'll come back with more from Beast.
Beast Mac. Look at my TV. Beast Mac. That wasn't me peeing. I was just stringing the cheese. Calm your freaky down. I cook burgers in my attic and burn it down.
You know, next week I got blood work and you're going to push this crap? Blood boiling. I was just about to go to the bathroom and take a you-know-what. Come back to me at 5. I got to go take a leak.
That doesn't sound like you're taking a leak.
I got to take a leak.
Okay.
It's like I gas right now.
I'll take your word for it. Why are you walking towards the bathroom? Don't you got to go to the window?
I haven't had anything to eat all day. I'm really hungry, and I heard about this new fast food place called BEASTBURGH.
Are you tired of grilling outdoors? Are you tired of having to go to the kitchen to cook? Thanks to Beast's ultimate taste tool, my troubles are over. Sure, it's a little smoky, but who cares? Look, I even got a bucket to shit in so I never have to leave my room. Now you're cooking with butt.
I need 3 attic burgers. Jake, do you want a diarrhea cha-cha-cha? Because I'm going to get one.
Give me a side of diarrhea cha-cha-cha.
Yeah, all right. So 2 diarrhea cha-cha-chas. I'll take some MAGA fries. Give me 2 unbreakable bed pies. You get all that, Beast? Yeah, I don't think you took my order. This is the worst fast food joint I've ever been to.
Oh, hi. Jake wants me to ask you to click on the like button.
That's right, Lane, and if they don't subscribe to the Jake Asman Show, this team may never win another game. Let's go Jets!